We're up.
That's why Cyborg wasn't actually a robot and was considered a man.
A cyborg.
I learned.
Wouldn't he be
so
a
much.
cyborg?
Yeah, I thought a cyborg is
guys,
both.
don't touch.
Cyborg! Yeah!
I get it.
Everybody.
Oh my god, the dog now.
Good morning and welcome to the Welcome In, or afternoon, or evening, I guess, depending on where you are. We have many global participants. Thank you
Hello.
guys for joining us. Yeah!
Yay!
We did it.
We did it. So
Welcome,
a few quick announcements, I think, across the group on various things, and then we'll get right into the thick of it. Tomorrow, in the evening, we have Highlight Heroes featuring...
Tomorrow?
No.
It's Monday.
Oh, Monday.
Monday.
God, today's Saturday. I'm sorry, guys.
It's
This
okay.
is a
Fine.
good
Good.
sign.
Hey, it's all good.
Hey,
Okay.
Alec, I moved it to Sunday, so surprise. No, I'm kidding. It
Please let
is...
me know too.
No, Parker, I just expect you to be there.
You're expected to be here.
Uh,
Sean will be
supposed to
like, "Oh, why
already
are you
know.
on here?" And Josh will be like, "I didn't tell Mark."
Hello,
Hello, guys.
yes,
Monday.
we have Highlight Heroes featuring Commune, who, if you don't know Commune, they are a fantastic D&D community member. They do all kinds of cool stuff on Instagram, including like Dungeons and Dragons inspired drinks. They do a fantastic podcast. They do all kinds of amazing things. They also just reached a big milestone on TikTok. So we're going to hang out, paint minis with him, and just have an all-around good time. So please come and hang out with us. Then the following program to that is on Friday, Rolling Tides. Yesterday's session, we didn't get to play the campaign just because of technology being technology. It's been one of those weeks. So we'll be hitting the ground running with the campaign on Friday, so be ready for that.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, so we've got things in store for you, and then Conundrum Company will be back on Saturday as well. Any other big announcements anyone can think of? Anything I'm missing?
Oh, I got one.
Adam?
We love you. And we
That was
love
cute.
Soundtail.
No, we're good. We're good today.
I love Soundtail.
Soundtail.
And then also, I think Commune's one shot is on the 31st as well, which would be next Sunday.
Yes, that's
Oh,
right.
So
shit, yeah.
directly after the Conundrum Company
A
is
week from
like
tomorrow.
we got Friday, Saturday, Sunday programming next week.
So, yeah, next week, 3 days of Dungeons and Dragons, back to back to back.
Back to back to back.
Oh, yeah.
The best.
Dungeons and Dragons.
All right. So, are we ready to get into some Conundrum Company?
No.
Yeah.
Where we ended the last episode? Absolutely, we are
Yeah,
not.
but-
But let's go.
Let's just not play anymore. I think we're done, right?
We're done. Yeah.
Oh,
We're scared.
okay.
But
So,
we're gonna get some Twitch for a while.
We're gonna do fine.
we had left our party standing in a cave referred to as the Mound. They had traveled into the Dreadwood, into the outskirts of the Dreadwood, investigating some form of corruption that was affecting the inhabitants, the creatures of the forest. They stumbled upon some goblins and got into a little bit of a fray, nothing the party couldn't easily handle, and spent the evening camped within the forest's limits. During the night, Mortin was contacted by some sort of malevolent evil entity who showed him visions of his companions twisted into strange evil versions of themselves. They made it through the night, though Peach a little worse for wear, as the forest's corruption seemed to impact them. They continued traveling forward through a forest filled with strange bone chimes until they reached what they assumed was the Mound. They found a sort of hidden entrance and traveled down it into the depths of this strange cavern system and found themselves listening in on some sort of being or entity referred to as the Sister. There was a hushed conversation with another being whom they didn't get to see, and another entity named Granny Nightshade was referenced. The two individuals having the conversation parted ways, and the party decided to investigate further. Unfortunately, Ashi, Zahl's familiar, was hurt severely and sent hurtling back to its plane. The party burst into the cave to come face to face with a warped hag who was casting some sort of, or continuing some sort of strange ritual focused on an altar in the middle of the cave. These strange green off-putting crystals dotted the cave itself, and a large round crystal nestled in this strange brambly twisted structure in the center of the altar seemed to be the catalyst for the ritual. The sister called for a ally, which turned out to be a troll. This creature laid into our friend Peach, nearly slaughtering them. But by the grace of the dice, we got by on the skin of our teeth. We now find our party, some of us quite badly battered, standing around the altar. I'm about to make a very important roll to see how this continues. Okay.
We're fine.
I
It's
had
nothing.
kicked the hag's head because I was mad at it.
Okay, the hag is actually, like, collapsed into the altar, so she's up kind of... You'd have to do, like, a flying kick to get it, but
But
she
definitely
was,
kicked.
she
definitely
expired
kicked.
reaching in to get the orb. Okay, here we go, guys. Which dice shall I
Fine.
use?
The one that doesn't do well.
We're gonna do this one.
It's bad.
The rude one.
The one we enjoy. The one that
Okay.
loves us. Oh no.
Interesting.
No. Okay.
No, no.
Don't say
no.
that. Hey,
Don't
hold
look. I
up.
don't like
We
that.
don't
I don't
like-
that at all. I
Hold the
didn't
fuck up.
appreciate that.
Actually, Josh.
As far as the history roll you had us do, is this? Can I go ahead and do
Yes,
that?
you
now?
have a
Okay.
moment.
So, oh, I don't like that. I don't
You
like
have
that
a
wording.
moment.
So, this was really awful. We should go. That thing heals itself. It's a troll. Has anybody ever heard of a troll?
Yes.
Nope.
I told stories.
With my
About
roll?
them.
Nope.
Okay. So,
That is
fire.
much
Does
better.
anyone have fire? But I don't. I don't have fire. Does anyone have fire? It's also I don't know how we're supposed to light it on fire. It's in the water. Can I do?
I have a torch.
As
Yeah,
you
but
say
torch.
this, I need you all to roll initiative.
Right.
Oh, why?
Oh, shit.
Why are we
Such
rolling initiative?
garbage.
As you're all looking at this creature and Demi is kind of shouting out to you what this is, you hear the sound of bubbling water and the body kind of shudders and you kind of hear and the form of this, what is now identified as a troll, begins to kind of try to push itself out of this pool that it's collapsed into. I
Oh, you
am
weren't kidding.
going to give it surprise, so you will all get a round against it, but I do need
Okay.
initiative rolled.
Okay. What's my
And we
initiative?
are
plus?
going into
Okay.
combat.
Oh no.
Brum, bum, bum, bum,
And
bum,
here
bum.
we
Start happening.
Out of the gate, chap.
What'd you get? What'd you do?
All right, 25 to 20.
Stop it. You know that's not good.
Okay,
You're
20.
not gonna happen.
It's bad, Josh. 20 to 15.
17.
Okay.
Hey,
gonna do something
look at that. Fuck you, troll. You're not gonna get the best of this group.
Again.
He rolled like a 25.
Yeah, he's sitting pretty. It's fine.
15 to 10.
13.
Oh no, Peach.
Peach, your mic
Peach,
must be
your
broken.
mic went out.
Peach, what did you get?
You good, bro?
7.
Oh, God.
buddy. Okay. As this creature, you see as you prepare, it begins to push itself upwards, but it's struggling. It's a very large creature, and it's a very awkward position that it's fallen in. The water is about 5 feet deep, and so it's kind of trying to claw its way out of this watery pit that it's collapsed into. Giving you all, essentially, surprise on it, starting with Mortin. What are you going to
Kill
do?
it! Fuck, I'm gonna take another stone and try and knock it unconscious again. As I see its head pop out of the water, I'm gonna skip a stone on the water and try and get him in the face.
Okay, roll to hit.
18 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage.
Yay!
Nice.
Ooh, that's max damage. Blah, blah, blah. That is 9 points of damage.
The rock skips off the water and just catches it in the eye, and you kind of as it recoils a little bit, but it's still up. It hasn't collapsed again.
I want
Next
that back.
Is that Morton's turn?
Yeah, I used both bonus action and action to do that.
Okay, Demi, you're up.
So it's trying to get up, right? It's like climbing up.
Yeah,
the
it's like
thing.
kind of pulling itself.
I'm gonna cast
long
Thunder Wave at 2nd level.
Okay. That's a saving
Or
throw
no,
for
not
me,
2nd
right?
level. Once. It's just 1st level. I'm
First
out of
level.
2nd levels.
Oh,
So
that's a saving throw from me, right?
yeah,
Constitution?
it's 12.
Yeah, he knocks it out of the park, I'm afraid.
Okay, he
half
still
damage?
takes half. Yeah. So 3 plus 4, 7. So 3 points.
Okay.
I think.
It, as Demi throws this thunder wave at it, it kind of and again collapses forward, seemingly unconscious. But even as this occurs, you can see wounds beginning to heal up its skin. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Cry. No, I don't have any bonus actions. I already did them. It's fine.
Hell yeah.
Zal,
So what I would like to do.
crying is a free
Yeah.
action chat, you're right.
Oh, okay,
Go,
good,
go, go,
good,
go,
good.
go.
I'm doing that.
So I'm gonna run towards it, and I want to do the jump. Is it back like slumped where its head is in the water?
It's kind of in this, it's really awkward now. It had been it's a big enough creature to be pulling itself back up the other side of the altar with its legs still on the far side of the pit. And it's kind of like half slumped in the air, like a kind of troll bridge that you could walk across. It's like...
Perfect.
Do some back
So I'm gonna run up its troll bridgey back
Okay.
to its head and take out my scimitars and just start on the back of its neck.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to chop off this thing's head.
Roll the hit.
I don't know if that works, but
Now,
fuck it.
I'm gonna say technically it's dead.
That's true. So these are auto crits.
Oh hell yeah!
Or this is advantage, I'm sorry. And then...
Oh, still
'Cause
hell
it's
yeah!
prone, right?
What?
Sean, this is why we keep you around, bud.
I'm here to correct Josh's mistakes.
That's true.
Sean, I'm here to remember
Totally.
rules.
Letting you into this game is my great... No, I'm kidding. Correct that, buddy.
You make no mistakes. You're infallible as DM.
I'm good.
So it's like auto crits are... That was so good. It's an advantage or auto crits?
Let me double check now. It's both, right?
Yeah.
Strat saying
Yeah, because
advantage to hit.
it's
crits
prone
if it
and then
hits.
it crits if it hits. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Really? Okay. Does an 11 hit?
It does not.
Yeah,
That was
that's...
with advantage?
Yeah, I rolled real low.
Don't you have double, like, you have dual weapons though, right? You can hit it again.
Yeah, 2-weapon fighter. So I
Yeah.
missed with that first one. So I'm gonna just swing it again.
Okay. Go ahead.
I like that you made the choice to jump onto it to do this.
I don't care. It was a bad one. It was real dumb. It's real dumb.
Weaponize high
It's a
heels.
15 hit?
Barely.
Oh,
Fuck it.
Okay,
thanks.
okay,
So-
okay, okay.
You get a
Okay.
max damage dice, roll again, and then add your modifier. So what are those? Scimitars are D8?
D6s.
D6.
So
okay, so
six-
6 plus what you roll.
11 damage.
Plus, that was with... Okay, cool.
Yeah.
11 points of damage. You see Zahl, with his second strike, kind of... okay, wait, actually, let me retcon this. Do you have 2 scimitars?
Yes.
You do. Okay.
Yeah.
You
'Cause
see
remember
him
I picked up the one from the goblin, and then I
That's
had
right,
the,
that's
I
right.
already had the other one.
So you see him kind of swing in with the second scimitar, and it gouges into the creature's neck. And fortunately, those do count. But
Oh,
still
no.
standing.
Peach, kill it.
Well,
please.
Well, still bridging.
Preach,
Let's
preach,
be
preach, preach,
100.
preach, preach.
Still bridging. We're all like, please,
He's not
please.
standing. He's bridging right now. It's like
Brought you
planking,
back,
but for cool
Planking.
kids.
All right,
It's
is
like
that
planking, but for cool kids.
is that Zal's
You
turn?
call that cool?
All right.
What?
Back to life is pretty
Okay.
cool.
Peach, you're up.
Peach is going to follow Zal's lead. And alright. Well, that's 19.
19
Right.
hits.
So 12 plus. Nice. 8, 9, 10, 11. 23.
22. Yeah. Okay.
23.
23
23.
points of damage. You see Zal cut in one side, and Peach comes from the other direction because they're on the other side of the altar, and with the long sword swings down and in, and just gouges into the neck and kind of finishes from the other side what Zal had already begun. And I actually am going to have you both make acrobatics checks for me as the head is severed, and it goes limp and collapses down into the water, just to see how you land for fluff.
Alright. It's okay.
I'm gonna end up in the water because that's my MO in this game, is to be the fuck up.
Baby.
Oh,
Um,
Adam, I'm sorry, but
I
You
rolled
said
a 14.
acrobatics.
yeah,
I don't have dexterity.
it's not a hard DC.
Don't.
Oh my god, mother, thank you for blessing me. 19!
Okay, you kind of both like as the body begins to like, you kind of back up in your opposite directions. It's all kind of jumping onto the altar again. God, I'm forgetting my words today. I'm tired. And Peach kind of scrabbling back up the body and landing again on the shelf as the troll does seem to, with the amount of damage and the severing of its head, collapse into the water, a pool of blood spilling outwards. You still see like the wounds try to heal up, but it's just not able to maintain its connection to the mortal plane as
Neck
you
just
stand
closes.
with this creature slain.
It grows
now.
an entirely second troll. The head goes back.
It's like a hydra. These two trolls now.
Guys, we
At
really
that point,
fucked
run.
up.
That would
Alright.
be a fuck stick. That would be the worst thing.
It's-
That would be,
We
if
beat
that
Fate.
happened, that's Josh being like, and I'm done with you people.
Yeah.
And we'd be like, got it, we'll
And
leave.
you-
Troll Hydra surprise.
Not a bad idea, actually. Hold on.
You
Cool,
hate us.
I like
Oh,
this. Yeah. DMs, let's
So
take
we
some
call
notes
it
here.
Tridra.
I appreciate you guys taking notes.
Hydra.
This
Okay.
is
Tridra?
Tridra.
Yeah.
Oh my
The troll
god.
Hydra.
Okay.
You cut off
Tridra.
one head and a second troll shows up.
So the troll lays slain, silence falling over the eerie cavern, lit by that dim green glow that comes from the crystals in the altar itself. How do you
I'm
proceed?
kicking her in the head.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
is your head still there?
I guess
The
I'm
hag. The
jumping
hag.
back over to see about whatever she was trying to get. It's
So
over there.
I check her pockets for things and stuff.
okay,
Morton does
So-
things.
as you all head over towards the altar, Peach, where are you headed?
Peach is following them. And Peach is, as they jump to the other side, they're going to say, "Is everyone all right?"
We're fine.
You okay?
Yeah.
Hey, you alright?
Are you okay?
Yes.
How is Peach looking?
Is he actually okay?
She's looking okay. Peach looks like they have roughly 2/3 of their health because you guys used like all of your healing on them.
It's true.
Okay.
So,
As you approach the altar, Zal pulls the hag's body out of its kind of weird slump position so that he can kick it in the head, and does so quite readily. This strange, it's again, she's about 8 feet tall in this ratted black cloak that hangs. Her face is long and gaunt, and she has these pinprick black beady eyes that kind of are just gazing out past you in the clasp of death. Zal, as you kick her, it just Morton, roll an investigation check for me. As Zal kicks the hag in the head, you check the body.
DM, is the orb still glowing?
The orb is still glowing.
Can
Investigation?
can Demi do like an Arcana deal to see if she knows what the heck is going on or something?
Go ahead and roll that. Morton?
18 minus 1. Not
18.
bad.
Okay.
I checked the pockets.
As you check the pockets, you mostly find just like components to spells. There's not. You find like a weird old moss that's dried, and as you touch it, like bits of it crumble off. You find little bird skulls and small rodent bones.
Dope.
You find enough. You'd wager, guesstimating, like 5 gold pieces worth of incense. It's a slightly off-putting scent to this incense, but it does count as component incense. Some shells, some small smooth stones, components you're familiar with.
Take a look.
Yeah, you
Free
just free stuff.
The best treasure we found this whole time.
There's not a lot else on her as you go over her corpse.
Okay, that's fine.
I stopped kicking her at this point. My boot's probably covered in blood, right?
Yeah, and it is this like brackish black blood almost. Like it's very, very dark red, even before it's dried. It's just kind of her face is a little caved in on one side.
I'm just staring down at her, and then look back to the group. Still mad.
Sorry about Ashi.
It's okay. I'm
Oh, speaking of which, Bims. She just kind of yell.
Bims kind of sticks his head around the corner here. Oh.
You can come back now.
Wings over and lands on Demi's shoulder.
Perfect. Keep my baby safe. You 7 hit point baby. I rolled a 16 on the Demi staring at a glowing orb deal.
Okay. As you look at this thing, inspecting it with your understanding of magic, all those spell books that you've poured over recently, and the knowledge that you've begun to gain, this is clearly some sort of focus or source or pinpoint.
Mm-hmm.
As you look at it without touching it, just in inspecting it, you see the orb itself, again, is this off-green color with a slight purple hint to its center as you gaze into it. Light seems to be consumed by the orb and then radiated back out in this sort of off-green color. But more importantly, running from this almost perfectly cylindrical or spherical stone, which is about a foot across, is a beam of this sickly light that cuts down into the center of this gnarled altar. The altar's about 4 feet tall, with this spot in the center for the stone. This beam of light seems to kind of meander its way down through the altar into the altar itself. And then you see in the altar, the light seems to fragment outwards towards these crystals, as if the corruption is feeding out into these various points around the space, almost infusing these points with its strange glow. And you see these kind of almost ley lines of green light running through the altar in the direction of all these different crystals, which radiate that same green light.
Out of character, but DM question. When Morton and Peach broke the other crystal that we had to get through, did that stop glowing?
As you look at the crystal you broke, the crystal is no longer glowing, and there is no line running across the altar in its direction.
Okay.
Probably nothing.
Can I close my eyes quickly and just under my breath, just, Mother, is this one of the anchors that you referenced to me?
No answer.
Morton, do you have any idea what we're supposed to do with this?
It's Morton, probably not. Unfortunately.
Poor Debbie,
I'd
she's
love
like,
to help.
you have to have some sort of idea what's going on, right? They didn't just send you here with no idea. Oh, they did? Oh.
Did I feel anything when the crystal broke?
No.
And also, something I just noticed on the map, is this a downward path?
That's just on the map. Just ignore that. That's
Gotcha. That's all I wanted to know. If there's like more we're supposed to go down.
There's essentially these different tunnel entryways as you look around you. There's one on essentially either end of the cave, making 4 different ways. One of them being the direction you came. One of them, the largest of and most worn, being the direction the troll came from.
Okay, and there is a crystal in each one of these sections?
There's crystals everywhere. They're sprouting from the ceiling. They're just dotted all the way across, sprouting in various organic positions throughout the cave.
Okay.
As you...
So put the,
Oops, sorry.
just gonna put their hands on their hip and
Cool.
say, well, the heroes in all the stories would either break it or steal it. You should be one of those. With this sickle thingy.
Did anyone touch it yet?
No one's
Great.
touched it.
No.
Oh, as soon as they say it, I'd grab it. Like,
Okay,
yeah, sure.
Mortin.
Just grab it.
So, a couple of things happen. Mortin, as you reach in through this gnarled... Yeah, Mortin dies. No. Brambles.
Go for it.
Mortin, you grab a hold, and it takes... You have to wrap your hand around it and kind of pull it out, as your staff is in the other hand. And as you begin to pull it, it budges towards you, but the light that is tethered through its base into the altar holds it in place.
Oh, so it comes with like it.
The light,
Pulling.
it's kind of keeping you from getting it off of the altar. It's almost like the two are attached to each other. You also note your staff begins to glow as you get within proximity to the stone.
Oh no. Okay. And if I
Why
hold it
that?
closer, I've absolutely no idea. If I hold it closer to the altar, does it do anything? Like if I just put it up against it?
As Mortin takes the end of the staff and lifts it
Okay.
to the stone, you see the bud begin to blossom the way it does when he casts certain spells.
Oh shit! I
Oh.
don't know what's happening. So just hold it out
Oh.
closer.
I know.
Oh, hi, Sassy.
Sassy!
That's what the noise we hear. It's coming to
That was
cat.
Bims. I was
Listen,
like,
Sassy's a huge fan of drama, so
I love Sassy.
Sassy loves it.
Continuing.
As the flower begins to unfurl,
Mhm.
you see the light in the orb flicker slightly and begin to stretch out as if almost being sucked into the blooming bud of the flower. And the light begins
Yeah.
to kind of pull from the orb towards the bud. And you feel, Mortin, as the staff seems to begin consuming some of the energy.
Ooh, in a good way or a bad way?
Check its vibe.
Roll.
I do a vibe check.
Roll a perception check for me. Yeah, it's a vibe check.
Vibes.
Roll a vibe check.
Good
Fine.
vibes.
Roll a vibe check. That is a 15.
That vibe.
You feel
Mhm.
the staff begin to shake. You can literally feel a vibration running through the staff as it begins to consume this energy. As you all look around the cave around you, some of the crystals begin to flicker.
Ooh. I'm not gonna move.
Morton, should you be touching that? I don't.
It's working. I think.
As you
She's anxiously
continue,
petting the dragon. Just-
the beam of light begins to grow. The bud begins to glow a soft purple color. The staff vibrates harder. Mortin, I need you to make a wisdom saving
No.
throw for me.
Fuck. Come on. Wait, just let me have this one.
Mood.
14.
A what?
14.
You're able to hold strong as the intensity grows, as you feel now the orb itself begins to shudder a little bit and twitch in its position. It's the light dimming, but it's getting more and more intense as you seem to siphon this energy from the orb into
Oh
the
no.
staff.
Is there a way
Not a vibe.
can brace
Bye-bye.
Morton.
Yeah,
Not to buy.
can I
You-
also help Morton?
Okay, so if you party members would like to help, tell me how you're going to help.
Nice.
Bracing, Peach kind of grabs. Okay.
I want to grab onto the staff since it's vibrating and like help him try to steady it.
Okay.
I
got
mean,
you,
Demi
dude.
would probably do the same thing with supporting the staff. She's not very strong, but she's going to do her best.
You feel,
Maybe.
Morton, the hands of your companions upon you and upon the staff. I need you to make another wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Ooh, with advantage because of all the love.
The power of love.
My visual right now is it's just Morton holding it, and then me and Demi and Zahl just like.
It's like that scene from Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's just like shuddering.
So it would have been a 9 without advantage, but because I got advantage, that is a 18.
Okay.
Yay! The
Fuck
power of love.
Again,
Family.
you stand strong,
We are Groot.
but you're all feeling this kind of shudder through Morton. Morton's practically shaking. The orb, you see crystals begin to fracture, the light dimming from them, a few of them popping and shattering, sending fragments kind of falling to the cave around you.
I think it's working!
the orb itself, again, lurches, and you see a crack run up its form, and some of the kind of the brighter, more radiant light bleeds from that seam. Anything the party wants to do?
Wait, what? Oh, sorry, what was the last part?
You're still there. You see now, noticeably and visibly, that the orb is beginning to fracture, and the crystals are beginning to dim severely, some of them going out and cracking and popping and falling around you.
Oh, no.
Should we hit
still
the
going.
orb?
So- you said there's a crack in it?
There is
The
a
orb,
crack.
does it look like a crystal or it's like a physical
It is
thing,
a
or is it magic?
perfect sphere that
Okay.
is an offish green translucent color, but you can't really see into it because it radiates this gross light. It's confusing to look at it. It's disorienting
Okay.
because it consumes and radiates light equally, and it's very. But now that it's starting to dim, that light is beginning to dim quite severely now. You've gotten most of the way there, and a crack has formed along its surface.
She's going to, you know how when it freezes, if there's water in cracks in the cement, it expands. She's gonna shape water into the crack in the crystal and freeze it,
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
All right.
That's really
and
smart.
see if she can make the crack expand.
Right after she
Okay.
does that, Morton's gonna cast Thunderwave on it. Just in case that doesn't work.
Okay. So,
Wow, science.
are you taking a hand off of the staff
That's why I was
No, no.
doing it.
through the staff?
I
Through the
cast
staff.
through the staff pretty much, so I figured I was just gonna like the flower also turns blue
Okay.
and then
So go ahead and roll your damage for Thunderwave, and go ahead and just roll a
Um,
d4 for me on that water freezing, Demi.
I only have a second level left, so I have to cast it at second level.
Okay.
I got a 4.
Okay.
Oh, that's 2 8s! Haha! But then I got a 1 on the third.
Oh.
So 17.
Okay.
And I believe Demi still has bark skin for an hour because
That's correct.
I do.
Yes. Because you
Yes.
force fed her some bark. Demi,
Yep,
what'd you
that
get on
was
that d4?
A 4.
Okay. You see, this is going to be interesting. In this moment, all of this happening in congruence. This thunderwave blasts out from the end of the staff, projecting Morton's own magical energy. The orb itself, and this is all happening in milliseconds, as the water kind of seeps into the crack, and you see the crack kind of lengthen. The thunderwave hits it, and the orb shatters. The pieces, the physical pieces of it, kind of blowing outwards in this wave of force. This glowing greenish purple color still remaining, but kind of dissipating outwards as if less concentrated. The staff remains, still pulling that energy inwards towards it. I need everyone to make me a Constitution saving throw.
no.
Not a
Okay,
good.
okay, okay.
Oh, okay.
okay.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Oh,
Me, not
you
strong,
win.
but also.
5,
17.
17. Okay.
11.
Big 5!
Mortin, Mortin and Zahl, you're kind of knocked backwards a few steps and you kind of brace yourself. Mortin, you're still holding the staff and it's caught to this tether, to the radiant, gross green energy. You're knocked backwards and Peach and Demi kind of brace you. Mortin, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw with advantage one last time.
Oh, I'm gonna punch someone. Hang on, hold on. I'll mind punch this thing. Oh, natural 19, get me out of here.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Yeah, got both of them.
Okay. As you fall backwards into your party members, you feel as the rod begins to shake. The glowing of the bud on the end is now almost blinding to those around you. And you see this light, all the crystals have gone out now. The ley lines running towards it have dissipated back, and this huge kind of glowing just ball of energy, no longer with it contained within that sphere, kind of sits there for a moment, rotating, shuddering occasionally, and then and Mortin, again, you feel this huge push backwards as the last of the energy is consumed by the staff, and you're left almost in complete darkness.
Whoa!
I tap
Said
his
almost in complete darkness.
The light being projected by the crystals now gone. You're deep within this cave.
Did we die?
She's
I reach over and
Oh.
tap his staff and cast light on his staff.
cool.
Well,
Demi's gonna throw up her drift globe
Okay.
and use daylight.
So you all have various sources of light now.
It's literally
radiating around
daylight
Everyone okay?
for 60 feet.
Yeah.
Well, that was fun.
You're like heroes. That was so cool.
You almost died. You.
But I didn't.
Can I look at the staff? With the light on it? Does it look any different?
The light has gone out.
No, the light that they're casting.
Oh,
Does my staff
I'm
look
sorry,
different in it?
As you look at the
I
staff...
take light off of his staff, so it's not just like a glowing beam.
That's right.
Give daylight.
As you look at the staff, there's just the dullest green-purple glow residing within the bud right now. Just slightly pulsating, shifting a little bit. You see it through kind of the texture, the plant-like texture of the bud at the end of the staff.
Okay.
As if the energy
That
has
was-
been sealed within it.
I think we're good.
I close my eyes again and say, Mother, if you can respond now, that would be nice.
Oh.
Nothing.
Damn it.
Is this normal for your relationship? Is there a lot of like talking into the air and nothing happens?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mother, are
Not
you
all
mad
that.
at Zahl?
Oh.
Yes, Mortin. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, she's screaming, boy. Want me to get a message through?
Oh,
I'm kidding.
Message.
I'm kidding.
Tell her I love her. Tell her she's
Oh,
crazy.
He seems mad.
No, that's not what I said.
I think we're good.
So when the orb shattered, did it like powder or did it like break into pieces? when it
Bless you.
shattered?
Tiny fragments of this kind of misty looking glass are scattered around you all over the place, mixed with portions of what you piece together have been the crystals, but they're almost a milky white quartz color when not the green glowing essence of the corruption that was here before.
Can I is there any big enough chunks to like pocket? Can I pocket a chunk of it?
Yeah.
She's gonna do that too.
Okay. You guys grab a few pieces of obsidian glass.
Dragon glass.
In some bad shows, yes.
Hot. That's what we call a hot take.
Anybody?
That's most takes.
Tea?
Ooh.
Okay. So if we're done here, we should go. Like now. Not only because I want my boat, but also because I want to get out of whatever this is before anything else finds us. Like, you know, goblin patrols.
I give a quick look over to the troll. Is it still dead?
It is still dead.
Okay. I said, yeah, we should probably leave.
Yes. Let's
We
go.
good?
Out the way we came.
Sure thing.
Perfect. Wonderful. Go. She's going, and the Driflow is following her.
Okay.
She's...
how are
Pacing
you
out.
all proceeding?
She'll go first since she has a light now. Her and Bims.
Okay. Sounds good. And just normal pace out the cave.
Normal pace. Well, probably
Yeah.
clicking pace.
Okay.
I take a
Okay.
second.
Little
I
fast.
take a second to look at where Ashi got
Poofed.
killed,
Murdered.
and I'm
Pause.
just kind of.
Okay. I need a perception check from Zahl. I need passive perception from everybody else. As Zahl stops the rest of the party leaving and looks back into the room.
14.
15. All right.
9.
14.
I got a nat 1.
Oh.
Shit!
Oh,
Sorry.
None of
Morton,
you
see anything? Damn it.
anything.
Yeah, that's normal. Well, we don't notice. Fuck. I couldn't have waited one level. You son of a bitch.
You're so bad.
You make your way out. So which are you going out the
Dynasty
exit?
shit.
Yeah,
The-
exit.
the way that
troll
we
came
did.
from? Okay. As you make your way out, again, this is a much wider tunnel. Again, about 15 feet tall, 10 feet or so wide. You see again piles of these shattered crystals in spots, getting less and less dense as you make your way up. 30, 40, 50 feet. You see light now ahead of you, coming in through what you can assume is a cave entrance.
Okay. I don't like that phrasing that we can assume as a cave entrance.
It's the mouth of a
We
dragon.
We came in that way. We should know what that is.
You did not come this way. This is the way
Oh,
the
we
troll
did.
came in, right?
Oh,
Oh, wait.
I said to leave the way we came.
Oh, you left.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
Then
that's
retcon that. This
was
is
gonna
not
say.
a wider entrance. This is very
Cool.
narrow, cramped, and as you make
Okay,
your
I
way
was
out,
like,
you hear the babbling of the brook that you came from, and you see the light ahead, that kind of crack in the surface, as you're met with daylight kind of coming in through that cut. And how do you all want to proceed?
Did we just run?
yeah,
Peach
she's
can
good out
boost
there.
up people. Just
get out.
and we're good.
Okay,
Yes.
so everyone that Peach is boosting can make an acrobatics check with advantage. Peach, go
Okay,
ahead
yeah.
and unless someone's going to aid Peach.
I'm gonna reach back down.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can reach back down and.
So with the
Yeah.
three of you, that's an advantage for Peach as well.
I rolled another natural 20.
She's killing it.
Can you guys stop
This
taking
is
the
not
natural
an
20s? All right.
important roll.
13.
Is
Ooh.
this acrobat? So it's acrobatics to get back up.
Acrobatics to get back up. All of you have advantage. Yes.
Not an important roll.
I got a 17.
When it matters,
Okay.
my dice are gonna be like, ha, 1.
So Demi and Zahl quite easily make it up the cliff. Kind of, Demi boosted by Peach does like a little flip and lands. on the, whoop!
Wow.
Flips her hair.
Yeah. Zahl quite easily makes it. Morton, it's a bit more of a struggle. He's a big guy, and you kind of have to
Very
boost him. He's
lanky.
and what was your
Morton,
roll,
right
Peach?
there.
I'm sorry.
Grab right there.
12. Okay. With the aid of the others, it's mostly them hauling you and your armored self up, which is quite a lot. But you are able to get back up out of the brook, and you find yourself standing in this densely packed forest. It's probably about 2 in the afternoon at this point. You hear kind of the woodland undergrowth, the occasional clacking of the bone chimes that still hang from the trees around you.
Bone child.
But silence seems to radiate around you. So good.
Kevin!
I miss
Kevin!
Kevin! If anyone's confused, go watch the
Sorry.
cosplay ground.
Don't watch
What's
Cosplay
Fine.
ground.
It was
Wow.
great.
It was good.
Okay, so let's go home. We don't have home. Let's
go
go.
back to town.
All right.
Do you think that was it? Morton?
Do we think?
I just sort of like hold forward the staff and I say it didn't look quite like this before, so I think we got what we came for.
Wonderful.
Do you feel okay, Morton? Does that feel well?
I
Good.
feel fine. I just hope we got everything we were looking for.
It's fair.
Probably go
Alright.
talk to our big tree friend again.
Yes, it's true. Let's go back then.
Yes, let's do that.
You're the boss.
Aye, Captain.
Right.
I don't-
So, are you going to make your way back down the creek, the Narrowbend Creek? Is that the plan?
Yeah,
Yes.
probably following the way that we know.
Okay. Go
Keeping
ahead.
an ear out for goblins.
Go ahead, and who's taking the lead? Peach?
Okay.
Okay, Peach, I need you to make a survival check for me. Demi, you
I
said
can
keeping an eye out
actually-
for
I'm okay
goblins.
with
Go
that.
ahead and roll perception.
Perception? Yeah, okay. Oh, well.
17.
17.
Mid-grade, hold on. Perception. 14.
I got shit.
Oh,
Okay, okay.
As you begin to make your way down the brook, it's a little easier having made your way up it, understanding kind of the terrain you're dealing with. Between Mortin and Peach, you're able to pick your way through. It takes several hours to work your way through the forest, the dense, thick undergrowth, the rough terrain. Demi kind of listening out. Again, you don't capture or pick up on anything, any patrols or anything like that. And as you make your way, the forest begins to thin a little bit more, and you find yourself standing upon the outskirts, up on the highlands, looking out over the river valley, Salt Marsh to the south, Brule kind of to the northwest.
Okay.
So about a day's travel from here, right?
It's it's a day. Let's see.
So there's about a day. It's about a day and a half to get here. So
Yes.
From
There you
Brule?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a day and a half from Brule on foot, and then we'll get there, and then we have to get back to Saltmarsh within. I think we're on
2 days.
2 days.
We have
Should be
horses.
fine.
I think it'll be-
Plenty of time.
Right.
There we go.
We'll get there when we get there.
We get back tomorrow. Do our little. Oh, we're gonna leave now, and then we ride out. And if we have to ride all night, we can ride all night.
Right. Well then, are we camping here? Or a little further down the road, and then we'll leave in the morning? Is that?
Josh, if we left now, would we make it back to town?
No, it was about
Okay.
a day and a half by foot to the forest's edge.
And what time is it?
By now, it's pushing night. It's probably about 7 p.m., having navigated down the Narrowbend Creek out of the forest.
Okay. I say we should make camp.
Fine with that.
All right.
We
Morton immediately.
Just falls
We're
down on the log.
gonna treat this as a montage. Over
I'll
the
take
next
first
I love montages.
over the next, what I want is the whole group just pick somebody if you want it to be Zahl. Roll a perception check one time and a survival check one time for the next day and a half's travel back to Brule.
I can do it.
Okay. Also, that night I'm.
Do you want me rolling for survival and perception? Is that what we're doing? The same person each time, or no?
Did we get a long rest? Though?
You do get a long rest, and we'll go over
I'm
that in a
ca-
minute. But we'll get
Okay.
our rolls first.
Hey, real quick, I'm casting Find Familiar.
Okay. So
Um,
if there is business
want
you
one.
want to complete during this montage, let me know. Let's get those rolls completed first.
Gonna need a
Survival.
montage.
survival was 19, and then that wasn't as good. And then perception was 15.
15. Okay. The first night,
I heard that, Josh.
I just say words and they assume I'm gonna kill them.
Damn it! You said "damn it" under your breath. Don't even.
So, as you complete, you set up camp that night on the edge of the woods. You set up your plan for the watches throughout the evening. Zahl spends an hour and 10 minutes completing the ritual to return Ashi from their plane of existence, and you're greeted by your familiar Zahl.
Yeah, you all get to see him finally. You get to see how that happened.
Yeah.
Hey.
And it's this swirling
Ooh.
ball of light that Ashi kind of steps from, these like sparkling motes kind of falling from him as he steps out of it and walks forward towards Zahl.
Oh shit.
Hello again.
And I look at Ashi and immediately I'm so sorry. It was dumb of me to do that. I didn't mean to.
It kind of he pauses for a moment and looks up at you. And there's silent for a minute, though you can feel through the bond, Zahl, discomfort at having been put through that, but also an understanding regarding what they are and why they are here. As if the role they have been granted is something that they are familiar with. It is okay, Pact Keeper.
Right.
Demi is definitely whispering to Bims, like, you can't do that though, so you stay away. You don't. Yeah, no, if that happens to you, you run. Run very far.
Noticing for the first time how he actually does that ritual, I will take like the 5 gold worth of incest I had and said, hey, do you need this more than I do?
No.
Just in case it happens again.
Thank you, Mortin. I do appreciate that.
Be careful, it smells horrible.
It really does.
It is
But
like the
if I'm
grossest
being
incense
honest,
you ever
yeah,
smelled.
it smells like absolute. Did you find this on the troll?
No, unfortunately, I found it on the old woman. Yeah,
Well,
be
thank
careful. There
you.
might be some she shells in there.
Gosh. Well, again, thank you, friend.
No worries.
And I put it in my bag.
Okay. So that's 5 gold pieces worth of incense.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
that the spell consumes.
As you commit to your long rest, you do successfully complete a night's sleep without interruption. And all of you find yourselves leveling up
Oh.
to level 4.
Yes!
What
Da, da,
the
da,
hell
da.
Hallelujah.
There's no particular
Click
instances of visits that some of you might be familiar with in the past. You feel imbued with power from your experiences. Mortin, there's an energy radiating from the staff that you wield. Not necessarily controlled yet, but potent raw power. Zahl, in the night you feel that contented feeling, the presence of Mother there, though no words shared.
Okay.
Bit of the cold shoulder.
With the night's long rest completed, you travel back towards Brule successfully. You make it there about a day and a half later. You're feeling like you're probably cutting it pretty close to the timeline that was set by Saltmarsh. You might be a little late, but Brule, you get there about midday. The gates are open. You see the rangers in the green cloaks with the lion's head of Keolan on the breast. You see a few woodsmen and hunters making their way in and out of the gates. The auburn reach of Wanderroot the Treant, you can see those branches peeking out from beyond the compound and reaching out over the settlement of Brule itself. As you make your way through the gates, are you heading straight to Wanderroot?
I would be.
Yes.
Yeah. We're just gonna follow.
As you approach, you're stopped by a ranger, but after a few moments' conversation, you are able to be granted passage through, them knowing of your mission and the role you took. And as you walk into the compound itself, Wanderroot is there facing towards you rather than into the Silver Strand. This huge, towering treant figure, this long, old face. The branches, the hands are kind of untwirled and just kind of positioned statically in this weird, almost like tree branches, but they're his hands out like this. And he meets his gaze to look at you. Kiara is leaning against her cabin off to the right as you approach.
Hello. friend.
You have returned.
Not without complication, yes.
I sense things already, but tell me, what have you seen?
There was a woman in the forest, referred to, I believe, as Sister.
Sister.
Doesn't ring any bells?
No, we know not of what forces reside within the depths of the Dreadwood, but titles are disconcerting.
Well, there was some sort of ritual set up there to, I don't know, corrupt the energy, mess with it in some way. A small location called the Mound. We can possibly mark it on one of your maps so that you can look in there and make sure that nothing is taken up root there.
And you all know Kiara's taking stock of all of this as well as you share it.
If that's basically why I said it, because I figured they would overhear it. I'll also hold my staff a little forward and say there was a strange energy trapped in that ritual. It seemed to have taken up a new home in my staff here.
You see this huge gnarled hand begin to curl slowly downwards, position itself, and it's the hand itself with these huge pointy gnarled fingers growing out of it is probably about 2 feet across at the palm as it positions itself down in front of you, and you hear the tree. May I?
Very hesitantly, hold it forward, pull it back a little bit, and then go, yes. Let it go in his hand.
You see it take the staff, and as you set the finger, as you set the staff upon its palm, you see it flinch slightly. The tree itself, which is an abrupt motion given how intentional it is in everything that it does. There's this sort of, this is energy from deep within the Dreadwoods. And it kind of begins to, you see it bring its other hand around, and it takes very gently, with just the points of its fingers, it takes the staff and kind of twists it and pulls it away up out of reach of you. It's probably about 12 feet up in the air now. And it glances back down at you, Mortin, and says, "A moment, please." And you sense, Mortin, suddenly immense energy radiating from the tree. And the staff itself begins to grow first that green, sickly, purplish hue, especially at the bud.
Yeah.
But then it begins to fade, the energy and the light turning and shifting towards hues of autumn, fading into spring, fading into summer. You see that a vision almost of sunlight falling through a dappled forest floor. You see within your mind's eye flowers blooming and snow falling and then sinking into the ground. The cycles of nature. Again, it's not something visible to you, but you can sense those feelings, those things you've experienced through the Feywild. And as it comes to rest, the light fading on the staff, Wonderroot brings the staff down and presents it to you.
I take it, 100%. Grab it.
And as you grab it, you receive the Staff of the Woodlands.
Oh! Oh, good Lord, Josh, you fucked up so bad.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Okay. We're back in.
We're back.
It's that simple.
And you can, Morton, as you take that staff, you can feel the energy radiating from it, the power emanating from.
And as soon as I sort of get it back and get a sense of what he's done to it, I'll just look up to him for a second and say, "Did they bring you here as well?"
The Fey Court?
Yes.
In a way. Similar to the Shadowfell, the reach of the Feywild is limited upon this plane, but points can manifest in contradiction to one another. My existence is the Feywild's response to the Dreadwood, as is the Strand. I fear that we are not done with whatever lurks deep within those forests. But for now, you have done us a great, great service.
Well, I'm glad that I could be of some use.
The court
Thank
would
you.
want me to grant you this power, but wield it wisely.
Always. Thank you.
Kind of bows its
Also-
head as that rustling of...
I sort of step back and do the same thing I did last time, let others speak to it if they wish.
Wanderroot, I had a quick question. And have you ever heard of an Ostis anchor?
It kind of, again hear the kind of shifting of creaking of branches. It's like leaves in the wind as it kind of shakes its head in the negative.
Okay.
It is not something I am familiar with, though the other planes, much of this knowledge is beyond me.
I understand. Thank you for the information the other day. I talked to my patron. She was very honest with me about things, so thank you. I do appreciate that. And I step back.
I love watching chat freak out about the stuff. This is bullshit item.
I'm freaking out about it. Just thinking about it.
Jeez.
Anything else? Anyone else would like to speak to the big tree?
No.
I'd like to talk to Kiara.
Yeah, I have Kiara, so I'm gonna talk to her in a second. She's gonna lean over to Morton and just whisper and be like, "So, do you think you should tell the tree about the dream thing, or no?
You could.
I don't know if that's important. It's very out of my element, but
Sure. I can do
it's
that.
mildly concerning."
It's more pressing to all of you than it is to me because they were your futures.
True. Mine didn't sound too bad. I just sounded like a bitch. But yeah.
Got your own ship. I thought that's where we were going anyways.
Yes, but less anger.
And I'll walk towards the tree again and just say, "Excuse me, Your Eminence." I don't know what to address him as.
Just rolls with it.
Yeah. There was a vision brought to me while I was out there. I had chalked it up to being a side effect of this sister individual's sort of corruption on the land. These visions were twisted futures of my fellow adventurers here in dark states. Do you know anything about that?
have not traveled into the woods, the forests of the Dreadwood myself. Though ones with Fey connections and powers connected to the wilds have sometimes experienced and shared similar stories. Whatever resides within those forests wishes to spread its evil, and it has contacted you in an attempt to do so as well. The same force that you drained and siphoned into your staff, that is the source.
Thank you.
Be careful, Will.
Will do. Sorry.
It's like this like awkward, like you see it's kind of, it has never smiled, it's not very expressive, and there's just kind of this, as this slight smile reaches its face, and it's not necessarily at the joke, it's that it's never experienced something like that before in its life. It just kind of
So
nods.
that was Morton's like slightest attempt at humor ever.
Little golf clap
Thank you.
from the bard back there.
And I will again turn to leave the floor open to others.
Kiara glances between you all, also giving you a moment. But if nobody steps forward, she says, "Come, I wish to see this map, or have you mark down this location upon our map. I'd like to get all this information in writing as well."
Okay.
She
Alright.
beckons you towards her.
You do that.
Kiara, quick question. Do you possibly have a way to get a message to Saltmarsh before we could get there? Like a bird, or how do you just send messengers?
Mostly just riders, but we could try a pigeon.
Do you have one
I think there's a few.
that could do that?
Technically, I could send Archie. Technically.
Does Ashi want to take a letter saying that we're going to be a day late?
I'm saying technically he could.
Do you want to send him because
No,
he just came back? There's pigeons. Maybe we just send the pigeons.
Well, can we trust a pigeon? We can trust Archie.
Well, that's up to you. That's your. I don't know what to. Your dragon. That's the best way that I can. I don't know what to call him. That's up to you.
Really
If
want
not-
that shit, right?
Sure, but I mean, a pigeon can also carry a message. That's what they do.
Fine, have a pigeon do it.
I'll just. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's fine. She's gonna. When they get in there and start talking about everything, she's gonna take a second to write a message to Manistrad
Okay.
at the council to just let them know that they're running a day behind.
Easily enough reconciled. Kiara calls just for a runner who takes the letter over to the roost that they have set up for communications with the capital more often than Saltmarsh. But just to alert folks about beasts roaming out of the forests, so on and so forth. But you are able to do so. Kiara asks you to share the location, to share the kind of information that you gained through traveling into the forest. She asks about the bone chimes, anything you experienced. Very curious. Is there anything else that you haven't shared with the tree? You said the sister, other characters, individuals.
We killed a
Someone
troll.
named-
I'm sorry, you killed a troll?
Yes. It was in the mound. It's dead now. Like, very dead. We made
You
sure.
killed it twice.
Twice, yes.
Oh.
But,
She looks very interested in that.
Yes.
Also,
Mother.
Peach, did you say something?
There's a person called Grammy Nightshade who sounds like they're giving people direction or orders or something like that. And it seems like that might for the
Also-
future if that
Yeah.
person's still around.
She's also, again, writing all of this down, very interested. I'd say this is more information than we've ever gained in our expeditions.
Yes, it was quite a bit.
On today's work. Yes.
Yes.
Well done. We don't have much in regards to monetary compensation, but I'd like to thank you all with this. And she kind of turns and goes to her bed, and she pulls out a chest that was under her bed. She pulls out a key and unlocks it and opens it. She pulls out this ornate-looking longsword. There is a lion head on the pommel, and then a beautiful maroon-colored leather wrapping the hilts up to a kind of simple bronze-colored guard, and then the blade itself is just a silver shining metal. She says, "This is an heirloom of my family. I'd like to offer it to you all as thanks if you would take it."
Are you sure?
It
Seems
very
rather
particular.
important.
You have done much for us, and if we need your assistance again, I'd like to think that if we make it worth your while, you'd return to us.
Of course. Well,
Close.
if you saw the little restrained happy dance that Firbolg did, I think your tree already made him quite happy. But
I don't know what you're talking about.
of course.
Yeah,
Um, But Peach, that would be your sword. I don't think I can even pick that up. So
I don't know if I feel right taking your family heirloom.
you could always bring it back.
to it honor, and then bring it back.
Kiara, are you going to have children? Are you passing this along to someone?
Are you soliciting me?
No, I'm not. Not really.
Ooh.
Not really that kind of bard, but thank you.
Zahl smiling behind her.
No, thank you though.
She quirks her lips just a little bit.
Ellie.
How about this speech?
I appreciate the attention, but I can use a longsword.
I
but
didn't
Peach,
say
I think
yes,
you'd
so
probably-
don't get ahead of yourself.
Okay. Well, all right. Anyway, maybe we take it, and then if and when we come back when we're needed, Peach, if you want to give it back, maybe.
And if we don't need to come back, then you can just always come back here and give it to it.
I'm
Or
sure
something.
Mortin will want to visit the tree and again
Of course.
wander route.
Maybe I can help chop off another troll's head with it, and then I'll bring it back.
Sure.
Yes.
There you go.
More
It was
history.
It's locked in a box. It's not helping anyone down there. You might as well
It's true.
put it to good work.
Point. No offense, of course, when I look at it.
She offers you the sword.
Thank you.
You can add a +1 longsword to your inventory.
Huzzah!
Hello.
Huzzah! We've done it! We've deed and deed!
Huzzah!
We have officially D and also deed!
There have been no dragons. Well, technically, pseudo dragons.
We have two, in fact!
Suddenly
We've
you
D&D'd.
hear a and this no, I'm kidding.
Jesus Christ.
Dragon flies by, and all of a sudden you see Wanderoot's hand shoot up and just kill a dragon.
Grabs by
Jesus
the neck.
Christ.
throws it
So you just walk out.
These
This
things are
huge
such a
fight
nuisance.
going-
Like a fly. Oh my
Wanderoot's a
god.
lot more violent than I thought he was.
Like
Oh my
Never Root.
god.
That's like his leave for autumn. It's covered in dragon blood.
So, whoop.
Kiara kind of looks at you all. Again, my thanks. Are you staying with us, or are you taking your leave?
We've got to hit the road.
We probably need to leave, actually. Our horses are still here, yes?
Yes, they should be
Wonderful.
back in the main square. Thank you all.
Right.
Thank you.
No problem.
Again, she gives you kind of a rare smile, a nod.
Tell the ranger that found me. Good job.
Yes. To Matthias, yes, you said?
Yes, it was.
Good. Yes, I'll make sure he's thanked. All right. Well, get out of my house. She goes back to like doing her thing.
I spin around and walk out.
Alright. You head back into the main square. Wonderroot is just kind of gazing off into the horizon as you walk by. And you head into the main square and pick up your horses. Easy enough to do so. You make your way out. Again, it's probably about 1 in the afternoon after all is said and done. You've got about a day and a half's travel.
Awesome.
You could cover that half day riding a little bit into the night this evening if you all would like. But how would you like to proceed?
I'm fine with that.
I would say right into the night and then
Yeah.
camp.
All right. So, riding your horses, it's easy enough to follow the main road down. Nothing interrupts you or causes concern. And you find a camping spot along the road fairly readily after about a half day's travel. By the time you pick a spot, it has kind of fallen into night. The sun has set out over the horizon as you set up around the fire.
I will take first watch.
Take second.
I'll do third.
Third.
Oh.
Looking and taking a watch.
Oh.
That's
You
right.
do like
Oh my goodness.
Ah, look at that. Oh,
Oh
you just
my
want to talk to your
goodness.
dragon.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have the quality
I like
time
to
with my little
imagine when
brother.
she takes her watch, it's just 2 pseudo dragons.
Pretty much.
All right. So what are
Very heavy.
you are always welcome to double up on watches too, if you'd like to do so. But how? So we've got Morton on 1. Anyone else on 1?
Zahl, or not Zahl. Wow. Ashi.
Ashi's on 1 with Morton. Okay.
Ashi's just gonna stay up. That's what he
Gotcha.
does.
Demi on 2
Demi and Bims and Ashi.
and Zal on 3. Okay. Morton, roll perception.
Just so you know, my passive is now 21. So
Yeah.
get used
What
to
the
that.
fuck?
Get used to that real quick, guys. Trying to pull that shit in the cave on me again.
Oh my god.
Wisdom
two.
characters.
8.
8.
Wait, can I have? Wait, is that advantage with the dragon, or is that just me by
The
myself?
dragon gets its own advantage.
Okay.
Unless Zal wants to use Ashi to give you advantage. That is
So they're not.
12 with guidance.
okay. 12 with guidance.
And Ashi got 21.
Okay.
Go, everything's fine.
It's a quiet evening along the road. Gentle rolling wind kind of coming down off the mountain range around you. Sweeping over.
staff.
You gonna okay? You feel yourself connecting further with the staff of the woodlands.
Oh yeah.
The bond opening up and showing the potentiality of that weapon. There's some slight modifications, but we'll talk about it.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say there definitely need to be.
Yeah, after the fact. It's still quite potent.
Gotcha.
Your watch comes to an end, unless you have anything else you'd like to do.
No.
Zal.
Oh.
No, Demi. I'm sorry. Roll perception.
That's an unnatural 20.
Okay.
That's another 21.
Again, another quiet night. A star-filled sky, no clouds, half moon. It's quite pretty. It's quiet and uneventful as the evening passes and your watch passes without issue. Zal, you up next?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
Holy shit, how is that possible? So Ashi got literally another 21.
Okay.
All of them have been rolling 18s. I shit you not. I'm not like that never happens to me.
Ashi
so that's-
sees all.
Ashi is.
She's happy to be
came,
alive.
Yeah, Ashi came back with a vengeance. He's like, not never again. And
Famous last words.
perception. I got a 12.
You got a 12. Okay.
Yeah.
You're kind of, again, it's pretty, you're a little distracted kind of poking at the fire, but Ashi's got it covered and you're pretty confident in your friend. And your watch passes without problem if you have nothing else you'd like to proceed with.
Just kind of quietly talking to Mother and asking for guidance in the future and noticing that I can't do certain things, but I assume other things are now available to me.
Mm-hmm. And again, you feel that presence as always. It's not a distance. It takes a lot for her to communicate with you. And she's communicated with you fairly consistently over the past few weeks. But there's an assurance there. She is with you.
Okay. That's fine. And then it's just kind of being glad in that fact and petting Ashi and everything like that.
All right. Very good. You arise with the morning sun, ready to continue on your journey. And do so.
Take.
Unless there's anything you want to discuss or talk about while at the camp.
Oh, I think we're all good.
Not
All right.
So does your
so.
staff, dude.
Are you talking to me in real life or Morton?
Morton. That's you in real life, right?
Adam, we can exist above the character talk.
When did we decide that? Didn't we have a talk about that before the campaign started, that we were always our characters?
Oh no.
There is no
Oh.
Adam. There is only Zahl.
There's only
Existential crisis! Existential crisis!
Jesus.
Morton doesn't know exactly what it does yet. Put it that
Oh.
way.
It does things.
It does things.
Stuff and things.
It's different. It feels weird, but good weird.
All right.
Gotta love good weird.
I just want to give the shout out to Sarah, who just said I was dead in chat.
Shut
All
up,
right.
Zahl.
As
Right.
you prepare yourselves, mount your horses, and continue on for the day's ride, you make your way back down the river valley. Again, the spotted farmlands, the occasional merchant passing you now a little more readily as you make your way back towards the town of Saltmarsh. It goes unhindered, and again, you find yourself making your way through the familiar entryway leading into Saltmarsh town proper. Where are you headed?
Is there a stable? Do we essentially put our horses in the same place we bought them?
Is the place you bought them
We
was a
bought them
stable?
outright.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
we
could
bought
pay
them,
the
yeah.
stable to house them and feed them if you would like.
That's what I was thinking, because we're staying in an inn.
Probably should do that.
So first thing, we're gonna-
the horses.
You're gonna use the speak with animals.
I'm gonna use the speak with animals on
Okay.
the way back, just to like
my god!
talk to the horses.
Okay. So what does this
Did we
look
name
like,
our
Morton,
horses?
as you engage
Can you
with
ask
your
them their
staff?
names?
I kind of almost want it to happen on accident.
Okay.
Like as we're riding back, I'm just sort of like I have the staff on the side of my horse, and I'm just sort of like looking at it, and all of a sudden the horse's language starts to make sense to me on accident.
And you just kind of hear, "This blue one is real heavy." Yeah,
blue one,
the
wait,
gray
yeah.
one too. You see, let this one covered in metal, getting on my back, making me haul him around the freaking countryside. I tell you what.
Morton, are you alright?
And this one keeps making weird faces. Yeah, I know. Look at him, goofy son of a gun.
Morton, are you okay?
Hello?
What? Who's...
Morton?
Well, hello there. You can talk to horses?
You can talk to me?
Apparently. This is awful awkward. Did you hear that last part?
I definitely did, yeah. It's not very nice, but I know we're putting you through a lot, so I don't mind that. I won't tell them.
My bad. Yeah, thank you. You're all real nice. Kept us fed and watered, but it's a lot of riding. Y'all are pretty heavy.
Are you?
You hear Morton talking to the
What?
horses.
After
Are you okay?
Are you talking to a?
You can't hear them, right?
No.
Yeah, what?
The horses, they're talking.
Are you
Sometimes you
alright? Did you get sleep last night?
Yeah.
Do you need water?
Is this because of the staff now?
Are you hot? Is something happening?
I
What's
think I'm
happening?
good.
You sure?
What are your names?
Hold up, I gotta handle something.
Our names.
And the horse does its business.
Peach.
Wait,
It
our
kind
names?
of comes to a
Take your
stop.
Wait, Morton, you know us.
Excuse you, he's shitting.
Okay, I'm talking.
Hold on, I think he's.
Quiet, please.
Well, now,
No,
my name is Clyde, and this is Dale.
I hate you. I
Fuck you.
fucking hate you.
I throw the
hate
staff into the woods.
Name my horse Ford. I
I'm kidding.
dare you. I
Up there?
fucking dare you.
Up there is Must, and that one over there is Tang.
Oh,
No.
God. Well, who names a horse? Tang. First off,
The horse named itself, excuse me.
Whose horse is who?
yeah, whose horse is what?
Morton's on Clyde, Demi's on Dale, Must is
Okay.
Zahl, and Tang is Demi.
Hell yeah.
Oh, wait,
Peach is
no,
on
Peach.
Dale.
You said-
Peach is on
yeah.
Dale. Sorry.
Oh no.
We
Clyde the
got
horse.
Mustang and Clydesdale.
Clyde.
Josh,
Hell yeah.
you could've
Oh,
You could've-
no.
just named my horse Ford, and it would have been amazing.
I'm sorry, but
And he would have been a
for
Mustang.
the
No.
pun.
Under allies, I now have Clyde the horse.
Is he an ally?
Dale.
All right, so we've got a little bit more to travel. Just about a day's ride. After that, you guys are gonna have a big long break in a nice warm stable. How's that sound?
Oh, that sounds right nice. Thank you. What's your name again?
My name's Morton.
Morton.
This
Good
is
to
Demi,
meet you.
Peach, and Zahl.
Demi, Peach, and Zahl. All right.
Morton, you're talking to the horses,
It's
right?
very rude of you to interrupt me, Zahl. We're having
Yeah,
fun.
yeah,
You can
it's-
see this.
I don't know
didn't-
what he's
I-
saying, but it's just bow, 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 that guy, huh?
Yeah. No, it's fine. He means well.
I'm teasing you out. I love you, buddy.
Morton, can I
Demi's just gonna
interject
start
though?
braiding her horse's mane.
Might I interject, please?
All right.
Can you talk to our dragons?
Are they beasts?
I believe Bims is.
Aw.
Then I might
mean-
be able to.
Let me double check on Bims.
I can't become one. I'm pretty sure they're dragons.
Ah.
Yeah, they're pseudo dragons.
Yeah, this is any beast, unfortunately.
Okay, so then you would not be able to.
But they can talk
Beyond.
to us.
Beyond Bims's ability to project emotion into your
Yes.
mind.
So that's a no.
I said no on that one. Sorry.
Um,
Hold on,
can I
wait.
say-
Bim, say something.
You just feel confusion.
I don't think so. It's still just the feeling.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they're not beasts. They're dragons.
Okay.
Well, Ashi's something else entirely, but let's not get
Yeah.
into that.
They seem good to ride, though.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you tell them that they're the best for me?
Yes, I can. This is Peach. They would like to inform you that you are, in fact, the best horses.
Well, that's awful nice of them. I've never ranked myself among my peers, but yeah, all right, I'll tell the others that we're the best horses ever. When we're at the stable, they're not going to believe.
Don't get bitten. Don't.
Bit? What? Oh, they can't hear you.
They can't. They can't understand me.
That's just...
I didn't say that. They appreciate it, Peach.
Yeah, thank you, Peach.
Nice.
Isn't that a fruit?
Noisy. Hello.
All right, Clyde, calm down.
Wait, you called your horse Clyde.
No, horses name themselves. Obviously, everyone knows that.
Oh, yeah. So, Morton, what's our horses' names then?
I share each one of them their individual horse's name.
Oh.
Oh,
Uh,
So your horse is Must.
yep.
Must.
Yes.
Oh, I already added them in on
Good,
my.
good, good.
on
Don't
my
worry,
extras.
everyone. I wrote it down.
Good, good, good.
On my
Excellent.
extras
This is critically important. In 20 sessions, when I ask you what the names of your horses are,
And they're dying
I'll
on their
remember.
deathbed, and we have to ease their pain.
I want to point this out. I've added him to my mounts list as must.
oh, look at that.
Oh, I put him as an
perfect.
ally because,
Well, he's
Equal.
my.
oh,
respect him.
So we're going to Salt Marsh.
You
yes.
do make your way
Yeah.
back into Salt Marsh. How would you like to proceed? Where are you going? What is your plan? The town of Salt Marsh is at your beck and call. I mean, it's not, but you know what I mean. It's open.
I'll handle things
So-
with the stables if everyone wants to go off and do their own thing.
And it is pushing evening now.
Yeah.
As you make your way in.
Each
Alright.
would like to stop. Or if Morton is taking care of the horses, Peach is going to say, I have to pick up something really fast. I'll be back in a little.
I know where you're going. I need to remember her name. Ah!
It's Kiorna.
Oh, thank you. That's right.
I know where you're going.
I immediately was like, I know what Peach wants, and I forgot the name. Okay.
Demi's going straight to Monastrad.
Monastrad. Okay. So when you say straight to Monastrad, do you magically know where Monastrad is, or are you going to the mining headquarters?
What time is it?
It's the evening. It's probably
Oh.
about 5 or 6 in the evening.
You magically know. Just say that.
We're right by the council hall when we drop the horses off, right?
You will be, yes.
Yeah, so she's gonna go in there and ask if anybody knows where she is.
So Morton does horses. Demi goes to council hall. Peach is going to Kiora's Zahl.
I'm going to the hippie town. I want to go buy more incense and
You gonna-
shit for.
Go get incense from the. Okay.
I want to go try to get enough to pay for at least one more spell.
From the Grove.
Okay.
It's a hippie town.
Okay. So, Morton, easy enough to handle the horses. You get them brought in. We'll say, just for a week's coverage, it's about a gold piece to feed and water them.
Sure.
If you want to do that. Just to
I'll
keep
do
it
that.
simple.
I give him 1 gold. I learned it. 1 gold.
Oh. All right. The guy sounds a lot like the horses.
Wait a minute.
What's happening?
I check his teeth.
he has people teeth.
Okay, he's good. He's good.
What are you doing to my mouth?
You're good. You're people.
Yes. Thank you. Let's do Peach next. Peach, you cross back over and go up kind of the waterway over to Kyora's leather worker.
Quick retcon. I'm sorry. We can send letters at the right by the stables, correct?
You can send letters at the
at
city
the
hall.
coun-
Yeah, the council hall.
At the city hall. Yeah. So you should do that first. They're going to send their letter that they wrote to Plum along with 40 gold pieces.
Okay. You are able to do so. You walk in with Demi, who's also going to the city hall. And we'll reconcile that then there. And then Zahl, you head over. It's easy enough to require. How much incense do you want to buy?
Ooh, how much they got?
They've probably got 5 gold pieces of incense is quite a lot. They've probably got about 5 gold pieces of incense.
Okay, well, give me 2 seconds to see how much the spell asked for again.
I believe it's 10.
10.
Well, then, you know what? I'm gonna buy enough coal, incense, and all that to at least cast it one more time. So I'll just pay the extra 5 gold.
Okay. You are able to acquire 5 gold pieces of incense to add to your existing 5, so you have 10 gold pieces worth of incense.
It's like incense, coal, the other shit,
Yeah.
just for the casting of it.
Yeah, just all the bits and bobs required.
Yeah. Gotta make sure my boy's alive. Yeah, it's 10 gold pieces of charcoal, incense, and herbs.
Perfect. Easy enough to acquire.
Okay.
Back at the
Thank you.
city hall, town hall, excuse me, the council building, the elven woman who tends to work the front desk is there. Hello. It's been a few
Hello
days.
again.
It's good to see
Hello.
Mhm.
you. And how can I help you?
I'd like to send another letter, please.
All right, very good. I believe it was. Oh God, I don't remember what I set the price at. It was like a silver piece, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, we'll call it a
I
silver
will give
piece.
her silver.
Fast and loose with the economy. It's good enough.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Silver piece for the letter. Oh, and you'll want this packaged, I assume, given the contents. So I can
Yes, please.
get that squared away for you. All done. And that's going to.
It's going to plum. Oh my goodness. Where am I from?
It's
Where
like
am I
Brook-
from? It's
Brookberg
like
or something.
Hallsbrook or
Oh,
something.
Tim,
Hallowsbrook.
It's really
I believe.
precious.
Hallowsbrook.
Meadowsbrook?
Something like that.
Bollywood.
My notes are a mess. Hollowsbrook Inn.
Hollowsbrook in Oakton, I believe, is the town. Owen is the town. That's it.
Oh, and Oak.
Owen
That
Oak,
makes me.
there we go.
That sounds familiar.
That
Okay.
sounds better.
So, done and done. Letter is prepared and ready to be sent. And
Okay,
anything else?
going-
What's that, Pete?
Oh.
Oh, Peach will leave from there, but Demi has stuff.
Okay, so Peach kind of backs out, but Demi?
Oh, I'm wondering if you can tell me where Monastrad would be at this time.
She'd probably be up at the mining headquarters. If not, she'll be at the snapping line, getting a drink.
Oh, all right.
Wager.
All right. Thank you. She's gonna look at the snapping lion first because it's right next door to
Yeah,
make sure she doesn't walk across the bridge.
you stick your head in there. No need for a perception check. You don't see her, so she's probably pulling some extra
Then-
hours at them.
Demi will go towards the mining
Okay.
deal.
So you head back towards the mining quarters. At this point, I will say, Mortin, you see kind of Demi leaving the building right next to you as you're leaving the stables. Peach is a little bit ahead. Zahl, you're just coming back down the way from the grove, and also
Okay.
see kind of Demi and Mortin.
Bless you.
Excuse me.
Alright. I'll catch up.
Hello.
Hi. Hello. How's it going?
Did you drop your new friends off?
Yeah, they're all nice and tucked away in the stables.
Good.
And you said I paid 1 gold for the week, sorry.
Yeah, 1 gold for the week.
Okay.
And that's feed, water, brushing, space in the stable.
Awesome.
Alright.
I'm going to see about our ship. Did you want to come?
Sure thing.
Okay.
Hello, all.
Hello.
Oh,
Is everyone done with their things? Where's Peach? Are they still running
there
around?
they are.
Peach is a little bit ahead of y'all. Peach, you make your way up to Kiara's, and you see again this older woman, kind of leathered skin, tan, spends a lot of time outside working a hide, and she kind of turns around. Ah, hello! It's good to see you again.
Oh, it's wonderful to see you. This is a lot of weather.
Well, this is my job. Yes. Oh, did you come for your weird thingy?
A thing.
My weird thingy.
Give me just a moment. She kind of ducks into the shop area. Most of her work is done outside, and there's like a booth out front too. But she ducks inside, comes back out, and you're presented with these 2, what you know to be fang covers, with this beautiful inlaid serpent pattern that is this dye. She's used green dye where the body of the serpent wraps around the fang cover, and then the rest of it is like the natural leather color. And she hands it over to you. I don't recall, bad DM on me. Did you pay for that up front? Half and half? You paid for it up front?
Right up front,
So you're
but
all paid up.
Peach will give her. Peach will give her another silver piece. And say, "Thank you so much."
Ooh, thank you. It's wonderful, thank you. Well, if you need anything else, you just come on by. You know where I am.
I very likely will.
All right. Have a good evening. She kind of returns to her work.
Well,
And as y'all are...
Peach is gonna act.
Sorry.
Never mind.
No,
Never
please,
mind.
go on.
No.
Okay.
As Peach, you're coming back down the pathway, having done that quick exchange, you just see the others now crossing the bridge. Y'all stand out pretty, yeah, Mortin, Demi, you're a little nauseous. Mortin, you're a little more nauseous, but you make it across successfully. And you all kind of meet at that juncture where things come together on the east side of the Salt Marsh Bridge.
So let's go talk to someone about a ship, hopefully.
All right.
Do it.
All right.
Waiting.
You make your way up the hill towards the miners' hall up on the top of the hill, that repurposed mansion. You approach, it's the same old in, out, very busy. Even in the evening, there's like light casting through the windows, there's lanterns lit everywhere, there's carts pulled up, lots of industrious dwarves, gnomes, and humans moving quite busily about. You make your way in, you hear Manistrad up on the balcony barking orders at somebody in an atypical fashion. And as you walk up the large kind of wide staircase onto that second level of the space, you see Manistrad at that cluttered desk. Oh, you've made it back. It's good to see you all.
Yeah. Hello. Did you get my letter that I sent?
Yep, we held onto the ship. Crown's being a little antsy, but Eleander's got you lot covered, so it's still here. Probably got a couple more days, then we're gonna have to send it back. So you lot probably should decide how you want to proceed. And I will say, I'm pretty sure the Crown sent on a stipulation.
Stipulation?
Well, the council wants your all help. We could meet
Again?
tomorrow, talk. Yeah, it's this lizard folk thing.
Hmm.
I know. Don't look at me like that.
So I, if I'm understanding, we have the ship for a couple days at most, and we're supposed to handle council business while we have the ship.
No, the ship would be the privateer thing. You
Oh.
have it, but I think they want you to do something for the crown as a part of that agreement.
All right.
That does seem fair.
Yes. So, meeting for that tomorrow then?
Yeah, I can arrange that. You want a 10 a.m. council hall?
Oh, sure. We'll try not to stay out too late.
Y'all all right? How was it up in Brew?
A lot.
Right.
Have you ever fought a troll?
I'm sorry, what?
A troll. Those wonderful stories about those horrible, huge things that regrow.
You're pulling my leg, right? You didn't fight a troll.
And
That's-
an
I'm
old
not.
Chop
You're
its
right,
head
we-
off.
We didn't fight it, we killed it.
We killed it. Twice.
You're an impressive lot, I tell you what. All right. Yeah, you'll owe me that story next time we're at the inn.
Of course.
But in the meantime, yeah, if you've been fighting a troll, you probably need a break, so go take a rest.
Alright.
There been any developments with the shoot. Peach knows things. Button forgets things.
A mood.
With the traditionalists.
Oh, yes.
Hold-
Did you ever
Come on. And she guides you into, like,
Oh,
a
yeah.
back room.
figure out who killed those people?
I've been keeping my eye on Gillen. Not literally, but I've had people.
Probably a good idea.
And folks have been asking around. He's got an alibi.
Hmm.
I-
Well-
I suspect him. I do, but I don't know.
Let me be quite frank, he doesn't look like he could have done it. He looks like he would have hired somebody to do it. He has plenty of money.
And I don't doubt he's got the connections, given what we know is his line of work.
Yes.
It's hard to pin a man with something without the evidence, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
So we're at a bit of a
Well, the
loss.
thing with people like him is that they'll probably keep doing it. So maybe we just have to catch them next time.
Well, I'd hate to lose another life before that happens. But...
Yeah, so we're still doing the one room. That's what we're doing. Don't tell him we're back at... well, you have to call the council meeting. That's fine. I'll just,
I'm
Keep a
pretty sure
dragon
the
away.
entire town knows you're all back already.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really, if I could stop being blue, I would, but
I didn't
it's
see
not
the-
an option.
No, you're so pretty.
I will say though, I
So
didn't see that many posters as we walked through, so that's nice.
Maybe
As
for
we-
once.
Well, that's not fair. We're gonna put back right up.
No, Morton. That was the idea. The idea was not to do that.
All right then.
I don't want my name on a really, really bad drink.
Oh,
I think they should go back up. I liked them.
Zahl,
Yeah, what's up?
you just got the dragon back.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy it. And
we'll
stop.
put Zoll's name on it.
Oh, that's true. We could put your name on it.
Ooh.
You're not famous.
Neither
oh,
am I.
nonsense. You're fine.
Yeah.
No, you just said you're not famous. Really?
I
Performed
am
in
a
how-
genuinely.
No. How many taverns have you performed in?
A lot.
How
I
many?
don't know.
Exactly. That's the point that I'm making. You don't even know how many you've performed in. Do you know how many I performed in?
Peach knows that it's about 23 in the last year.
Yeah.
Demi can't remember.
You performed
Peach
in
knows.
23.
23.
I'm
Thank
sorry. What?
Thank you.
I'm not going to ask. It's fine.
23 different performances.
How many of those were you at, Peach?
Oh, more than 23 performances. 23 and multiple performances. Amongst the
23 ins.
Is that a couple?
Were you there for all of them?
No, sometimes I had to go and try to be a folk hero in places and get chased by troglodytes. But most of them, yes.
Okay. Still not famous, and she's just gonna walk.
All right, see you
It's
lot
you
later. Be safe.
Bye.
Manistrad kind of,
Tomorrow.
yeah, see ya.
Uh,
Walks out of the room that you guys were having this hush conversation in and kind of barks an order at a small gnomish man over there. You, come on. We got things to do. Begin going through paperwork. You head back into the town. The evening is moving onwards towards the sun setting now. As you make your way back towards the snapping line, I assume?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. You make your way into the familiar inn tavern. Hannah's there. Oh, you're back. It's good to see you.
Hello.
I
I
walk
hope you ooh,
confidently up to the counter, place down 2 coins, and I say, "I'll take a room."
No,
no, well,
we already have that.
we
And you want
so-
another one for you? Love?
No.
No,
What?
no. Remember, Morton, we're getting our room covered the entire time out here because that council is a dick.
I scoop my coins back. All right. Well, thank you anyway.
You pay Hannah for drinks and food now, but the rooms are covered. Did you charge him the whole time we were gone?
Who, Sonamore? Oh, yeah, for all 4 rooms.
Yes. Oh, perfect. Perfect. All right, we're gonna do just the one room again, but you can keep charging for 4. But until we know, we're going to continue to room together for a little while.
So good for me. I mean, you took the beds from the other ones, so there's, you're paying for the beds, let's say. Well, Solomore's paying for the beds.
Perfect.
All right, that's...
The way that I prefer. All right. Did anyone have anything they wanted to do? Zahl, are you going to go see your captain?
Not tonight.
It's been a week.
Wait, has it been a week?
We've been gone for a
We
week.
should go back to the store.
Where?
There's new things in there.
What time is
Oh,
it?
shit.
tonight.
It's about 7 in the evening now.
Yeah.
So
Why don't we try to go to the store tomorrow after we have the meeting? Oh, you'll be fine. It'll be all right.
Fine.
Oh, it's all...
Saying it would be a fun little trip after that. Actually, Hannah, question:
Yeah, love.
are there any? I know there's no bathhouses, but are there any baths, anything like that in the city that we can use?
I think they have some, nice bath... I can get, a barrel and put some hot water in it, but I think there's a nice bathhouse up at, What's the? Give me a second, because I forget its name. The third inn, which we have discussed before. And
The
so
Wicker Goat.
The Wicker Goat. Thank
Yeah.
you. Wow, well done.
I don't even have notes.
I think. No, I hate to lose you lot. You better come back to Old Hannah.
Oh, of course.
But
Oh,
the
of
Wicker
course.
Goat, the pretentious pricks up on the hill, they've got some fancy baths, like big metal tubs that you can put bath salts in and things.
Hannah, I promise you that we will come back here. I just personally don't like smelling like a bilge rat.
Oh,
Build rat. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, as long as you come back to me, dearie.
So I kind of look at the rest of the group and go, I'm gonna go try to get a bath. So if you want to come, feel free.
Sure.
Morton, have you
Alright.
ever had a bath?
Oh, please tell me yes.
I've bathed in rivers, yes.
No,
Oh,
that's not what I meant.
That's a bath.
That's a
He's
bath.
from the
Hell.
forest. He'd never even been in a. Where did you think he was going to have a bathtub outside?
Hot springs.
I wasn't
Wow,
aware
that-
snakes bathed.
Oh.
Wait, you were what?
I wasn't aware that snakes bathed. I thought they just shed their skin and rub up against dirt and stuff like that.
I
Dirt
mean,
baths.
no, you're not wrong. You're really not wrong. I do shed my skin, but I do prefer to take baths so that I don't smell awful all the time. I just assume you might have to take more baths because of the fur and everything like that.
I feel great.
And you look great.
Thank you.
I would like to take a bath. All right. We'll be back in a little bit, I hope. Shouldn't take too long.
All right. You make your way up to
Bathhouse episode.
the Wicker Goat.
no.
So,
I did not anticipate this. Give me 2 moments just to
Zal's gonna
check. on
try and get me to look at all the girls bathing. Oh no.
oh no,
What the fuck?
surprise!
Why am I the pervert?
I'd also like you to know that in chat, someone said, "Feel free to join me in the bathtub." Who's the bard now? I'm just saying.
Me.
Mhm.
I'm the one seducing everybody. It's my MO. Also, to everybody in the chat,
You're the one winking at everyone.
Yeah,
that's what
you.
I said. I'm not denying it. It wasn't a bit. Like I'll happily.
You
do that.
haven't seduced
Also-
anyone yet.
That's what you think.
You've just been attempting to.
Also,
I like button sass because Peach would never.
everybody in chat is like, "Oh, Morton's coming for Zahl. Oh shit, Morton's coming for Zahl."
Sean will always.
That was all genuinely in character.
Morton
Yeah.
comes.
Snakes don't bathe.
They
Like there's
don't?
not-
No, they-
reptiles
they don't.
usually just
That's-
use dirt for baths.
That's all that Morton knows.
It's very cute.
As you make your way back out into the evening's air, it's a nice night. It's kind of calm and cool. You make your way back through the village of Saltmarsh up into this inn, kind of up on the hill in the older district of Saltmarsh. You have to cross the bridge again. The
Man.
Wicker Goat is a tall building, very similar kind of, beams with like a whitewashed plaster along the walls, a thatch roof, but this one in places has slate on the eaves, which is a more expensive roofing material. You see the windows have like metal inlays and things like that. It's quite nice. There's an immaculate hedgerow running around the kind of exterior
So-
and a little seating area with some wrought iron tables, things like that.
So Hannah made it pretty obvious that this is like a fancy place, right?
This is
Yeah.
fancy.
On the way there, Demi's just gonna cast Prestidigitation one at a time, so everybody looks semi-decent,
Okay.
so that we can
My-
go in and not be judged.
My clothes are still furs and patchwork.
This can change, but she's gonna cast Prestidigitation on everyone, so we look at least semi, decent when we walk in.
All right.
Oh,
And you,
it's so shiny.
it's very shiny.
You're welcome.
You walk into the inn and are greeted with a tall man with white hair and just a thin pencil mustache, also white, right along the top. And he looks at you. He's standing behind, like, it's not even a full desk. It's like one of those little host desks, and there's a book on it. There's potted plants in places. There's tables and kind of a seating area off to the side, but it's quite somber and quiet. You see a couple of dwarves in fairly noble attire and a few humans having hushed conversations off to the side. And the individual at the kind of host station says, "Hello and welcome to the Wicker Goat."
Hello. Oh my.
Hi.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Delightful.
We're actually my name's Demi. Nice to meet you, and we're here to inquire about getting a bath for all four of us.
Yes, well, you certainly look like you need one. My name is... sorry, that was rude. My apologies. You're all...
It was.
My name is Lankus Curid. This is my establishment. You said you wanted a bath?
Yes.
We can certainly do that for you. Not a problem. For all of you, we'll say probably about 4 gold pieces for the evening.
Of course.
You're able to
Demi
afford
pays
that?
that immediately.
Okay, he's hesitant, like, if you have the money, but when you...
Oh no,
present
she's
the coin-
immediately like, boom, and she drops 5.
Well, we'll make sure to add some bath salts in there for you, all right?
Thank you.
Heinrich, and another individual comes kind of patting down the stairs. It's a gnomish man who's, again, almost completely bald, and he's got just this little goatee. It's black and it's waxed down. Oh, hello. I'm Heinrich. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Hello.
Right this way, if you don't mind. And he's got like a towel draped over one arm, and he's like, okay. And he's carrying. You see, hanging from his belt, there's this little metal rod, and he leads you up the stairs into like a main hall. You see these different doors going in different directions. There's like a nice balcony seating area, again with potted plants and nice ornate rugs. And he walks down, and this is quite lavish for Saltmarsh. Even you've been in Solomore's Manor, similarly outfitted, and he's quite wealthy very wealthy by Saltmarsh standards. The council hall, nothing on this. He leads you down the hallway, and in the end room, he leads you in through these 2 wide doors on the second story, and there's the end of the room. There are a series of these kind of metallic bathtubs with metal bottoms, but then the interior has some sort of ceramic applied to it. And they sit in a row of 6 with partitions splitting them down the room. Just these kind of half wooded partitions that run down the room. Is there anything else you require?
I think that's it. I did tip. I'm hoping there's bath salts in these. Is that...
Oh, yes. One moment, and the water's all ready. You'll need to give me a moment to just get things heated up for you, all right?
Thank
And
you.
he walks down.
Oh, excuse me, one more thing.
Yes.
Does anybody want drinks?
Oh, can we order drinks and food?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it'd be my pleasure.
Of course. What-
we've got...
What do you recommend?
There was a roasted lamb, I think. And he keeps, like, you can see him, like, transitioning between the kind of normal accent you've heard around Saltmarsh and the surrounding lands and trying to sound a little bit fancier, and he keeps kind of flexing back and forth between the 2.
When he does it one time, I go, you can just be normal with us. We're not
Oh, thank God.
hoity-toity type.
So many...
Perfect.
Yeah, good.
I like you more already.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, I like you more already too. Roasted beef. They've got a roasted beef with some taters, and some carrots. It's done fancy. It's done fancy. They put like this green stuff on it.
Tip all. God.
Josh, what class and level is this guy? Because he's part of the party now.
He's the
And I grabbed the child.
Scooby we were looking for. This is our Scooby, guys.
No.
Yeah, we leave the dragons here. We take this guy.
I'm
put him
sorry.
in.
I'm sorry. What were you saying?
He's my new familiar.
So-
What were you saying?
This poor man is just bound to an extra planar contract. no, taters, a little bit of like this green garnish they put on it. I don't know, they call it parsley. There's like a little side salad, I think. It's weird. They put it like it's you know, you get like your food and then you put this comes on its own plate for each one of you. And they've got wine.
What?
They've got some fancy shit. I'm supposed to hold on. And he like pulls out a piece of paper and he's like,
Perfect.
he's got Royal Crown 94, and King's Road. The hell does that bloody calligraphy? 1812. Could you pick one of those? The list is long, but it's really hard to read.
Sorry, Josh. I'm sorry.
What happened? What happened? What did I miss?
John like just
Sonic out of his
turned
chair.
and full bolted out of his chair, and we were like, okay. And then Sean just gets back in his chair, wide-eyed, like I was here the whole time.
My internet went out.
Oh no!
But I
I
mean,
made Sean run faster. Sean was just like,
I gotta get back to this gnome.
So,
I don't know what everyone else wants. I want whatever's on that menu that's a little lighter. I'm not really a like dark wine sort of person, or
You have any
But-
cake?
oh, sweets would be great.
we got sweets. I've done sweets.
We had
They're
a
like little-
we had a very rough day. I'm actually, long travel, lots of things, made lots of,
Yep.
friends. So let's do just sweets and drinks, please.
Just sweets and drinks. No dinner.
I'm an adult and I can choose that.
Oh, I wasn't
I'm here.
checking you. I was just looking for
I would like-
clarification. You
Oh,
like dinner?
well, we can do dinner as well, but I'd really like the entire dessert menu if possible.
Yeah. You got. Oh, the whole. All right.
This-
Yeah.
Can we sample everything from that? Is there a
Yeah.
way to do that?
Hold on. Is it like a little sample? Yeah, I can do that. Hold on.
Yes.
Let me just add all this
We-
up. Here, hold this, and he just like hands the wine list to Morton, and
We're
he's
gonna
Perfect.
leave this place. This place broke.
the wine.
We don't have that much money.
And food, and you've already paid for the bath, right?
Yes.
Okay. Carry the 7 plus 8. That's gonna be about 12 gold pieces.
For the food and everything.
Yeah,
Perfect.
real fancy
And
wine.
that's drinks and dinner and dessert, correct?
Yeah, I'll bring up a white wine and I'll bring up a red wine. I forget the names; they're on that list. It's really hard to read.
Perfect. You're much more relatable this way. Thank you.
Well.
So 12, that's perfectly fine, and she hands it over.
I
Alright.
pay 6.
Oh, I mean,
Ooh.
I have all the party funds. Are you sure?
Never mind.
Isn't it Demi? Demi's holding all the money.
Never mind.
Takes
So
money.
I
12,
don't
and then here's 2 for you. She's gonna pay 14.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
I-
that.
And if you're not allowed to keep the tips, don't tell anyone I gave it to you. Still keep it.
Yeah, no.
I
Marcus is a
only
pill,
had
but this
to
is good
one
money.
Because I like him.
He gives you the
Alright.
like finger guns. Yeah.
Perfect.
All right.
Well,
Bath
yeah,
salts.
I've never done
Let me
that
get the,
before.
and he takes a minute now that you've ordered, and he does commit the order to memory, but he goes down to an end cabinet, and this is a long room. It's probably about 30 feet long with the partitions, the bathtubs. He opens up a big cabinet and pulls out these little pots, these ceramic pots, brings them down. He says, "Those are your salts," and he puts one next to each bath. He just assumes like you guys can split up your baths however you want, but he just puts them in 4 of them in the center. And then he takes out the water's in the metal, but he takes out the this metal rod, and he taps each tub in order, and whispers something, and then kind of takes the rod back and fixes it to his belt. Says, "All right, food will be up. There's little trays if you want to eat in the tub. I don't know. Some of these wealthy people are weird. If not, there's a table over there. See you later."
Perfect.
He disappears.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we go to break.
Yay! Bath
All right.
break.
Chat,
Be right.
we'll be back in 10.
That's this many.
Isopropyl alcohol, not good to drink. Trust me. I found out the hard way.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. I believe you.
Hurtful.
Oh
No, that hurts.
no! Exit.
All right. Welcome
lick
back.
it.
For those of you who joined us, welcome to the Welcome In. Thank you for sticking with us, and thanks for giving us a break. We are back, and before we go any further, we've got a little surprise that was also a surprise for me from our amazing players. I am the luckiest dungeon master on the planet.
Hush of you.
So
Hush.
I'm gonna show y'all what they went and got done because they're the best. Oh God, I have to change. Hold on, guys.
Oh,
We have to
God,
go
no.
to
It's a monster.
It doesn't. Dang it! It doesn't work with this. Here we'll
Put
do.
it as an image.
We'll do this, and it's gonna look a little funny.
Whoosh, 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 whoosh.
Here we go, guys.
Whoosh, whoosh,
Whoosh.
whoosh, whoosh.
They did this.
Ah!
Yay!
So Parker,
Which
tell
one
us.
of us? Which one of us do you think that looks the most like?
Who is that?
It's Josh.
So, Parker, tell us about the artist and what.
So this is my friend Rue. You can find them Root Beer. They're in the chat right now. I just tagged them, but you can find them on social media with all those names, and you guys can look forward to some more art from them next week. We're debuting more art, but this was a gift to our wonderful DM
You
because I like
guys-
making Josh emotional,
You...
as is seen here.
Thank
Okay.
God that
Oh.
the screen is this fantastic artwork, which is glorious. And Rue, you are amazing, and thank you for everything that you're doing. And Parker, thank you for coordinating it. And my
Yeah.
players, thank you for being the best players a DM could possibly ask for.
Thanks for being our amazing
Thanks for
DM.
being our DM.
There are too many feelings on this channel this week.
Aha!
We got you again, Josh.
Oh my gosh! Ah.
Oh
And
my
Sarah
God.
says in chat, soft Josh, soft Josh, soft Josh.
There's no such thing. I don't know what you're talking about. Soft Josh is a
Thanks.
lie.
It's just Josh.
Just
Shush you, shush.
Josh, Josh, Josh.
Oh my God. All right, I'm gonna pull us back to the quad so you can see everybody's beautiful faces again.
Swish,
Rue,
swish.
thank you.
Ruth, thank you. We love you.
Yeah, thank you, Rue.
So wonderful.
You guys can look forward to more art.
Swish,
Next
swish, 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 swish.
I wear the baseball cap just so I can cover my eyes when I'm feeling emotional, and it's perfect.
Which is what's happening right now.
It
Yeah.
adds an air of mystery. to
It's really
everything
good.
we
You don't know what I'm
And
feeling.
then you can see all the red underneath.
Yeah.
To all our subs, please put Josh in the chat.
Yeah.
The softest DM out there.
If you weren't
soft
here for
DM.
yesterday's Q&A session, impromptu Q&A, he's not crying. It's just emotionally humid in his house.
It's emotionally humid in this house. Get away from me.
The emotional humidity is far too high in this room,
Oh my god.
as is the rent.
I did not pay for this to have the rent.
All right.
Perfect.
We thank you, Rue, again. Please, guys, go check out Rue on their Instagram. They are fantastic, and look forward to some more surprises next week because
Yeah.
the cast's been busy with some very cool things. Okay. Okay. Here we go.
Oh, bringing it back.
Get it
We
together.
lather ourselves in bubbles.
Yes. You are left in your bathhouse, the four of you. The room is yours to do as you see fit. Food, drinks, and sweets are on their way.
Perfect.
Proceed how you will.
Take my leather armor off
See.
and my jacket.
He just
You
takes
say-
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Peach spends, yeah.
15 minutes.
Tink. Tink.
Mortin.
I feel like I would just sort of like sit in the bathtub, but like be like outside of it mostly.
Okay. You're
It's
doing
like
the
torsos, pretty much.
yeah. It's like a human-sized kind of thing, and like Morton, you're a tall.
I'm
lanky
7'4".
fella. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So there's
He's like, if you sit in the bathtub, it's just your feet all the way out.
Yeah, my feet are like on the floor outside it.
and it's kind of designed where like you can have privacy, you can converse, whatever you decide to do with the space.
Are there
that kind of-
partitions between everything? Is
There
that
are-
what it is?
There are partitions between each space that can be removed or added. As it stands, they're there for you all to kind of have your privacy. There's little tables beside each thing. The bath salts are there, and you just kind
So
of.
are we doing privacy? Are we doing?
I'm
Are you asking to see us naked?
I'm asking if we're going to keep the dividers up or not.
I literally don't care. Mine
Same.
are open until asked to be closed.
Say. Also say. Morton
What's
and
Peach
I
doing?
Still
I don't
taking
want
off
Peach
their
to have a
armor. It's
heart
15
attack.
minutes.
I don't
Peach,
want
listen-
Peach to have a heart attack.
We're all sitting on our bathtubs here.
yeah, Peach is still. There's buckles galore for Peach to work through.
Button, I love you for the sole fact of I'm still taking off my armor. Like, this shit is terrible.
Demi walks behind the partition to get undressed and then immediately gets in the bathtub. And her hair is like mermaid hair. She's got so much hair, so like
Oh,
she's fine. She's just gonna like put her feet up and just chill. She's like
Head
playing
fully under
like
the water.
yeah, she's just shape water the entire time, just like cantrippy things. Just
Dude.
playing around.
Yeah. Zahl pulls off the rest of his stuff. You guys do see some scars on Zahl's sides, lower sides, and legs and stuff, but he does have some scales on his hips, but they're very... Most of his scales are down his back, and they're much armory type scales. And then, yeah, but seeing his scars, there are a couple at the edges of scales that would wrap around to his stomach. And then, if noticing that, he kind of has that all the way up his side, where it looks like there used to be scales, but they're not there anymore, and it left scarring.
Okay.
I appreciate the flavor as a player. As Demi, she's not looking. So she didn't see
Whoever
it.
does look. Whoever
As,
does look, he does have scars up his sides and all the way to his neck, technically.
As you guys sink into the bathtubs, the water is warm, pleasant warm, a little on the hot side. The ceramic surface also, there's a heat radiating through it. It's not scorching, but there is a heat coming through that seems to be warming that water.
So
You
clever.
said it's a little on the hot side.
Little on the hot side.
She like forms ice cubes in her hand and just drops them in.
Debbie cools the water a little bit.
She's like, nah, bruh.
That's awesome.
They kind of melt away pretty quickly in the warm water. You get that
I pour-
perfect temperature you were looking for.
I pour some of the bath salts in and then step in and
Oh yeah, she wants to do that too.
That's awesome.
sink in, and I do like the
Yes.
classic, like, all the way up to here with the water, just so it's like right under my nose, and I'm just sitting there.
You kind of, the scent of the bath salts, you hear that tss as they kind of hit and dissipate and bubble outwards, and it kind of fills the room with a kind of lavender sage mix.
Yeah, just sitting there like, oh, this is weird.
Are you actually bathing, Morton?
Yeah, I'm just like sitting in the water like, what do I do now?
Now you wash your body so that you don't smell.
Okay.
So, you know how you asked about snake shedding? I do shed, but this helps kind of loosen everything up.
All right.
Things I didn't need to know.
Well, you're going to find out anyway.
Peach, about this time, you're just getting your armor off now.
finally. Peach just jumps into the water like a kid.
You hear a splash.
You alright?
Fantastic. Alright.
Yours is a little less full than everyone else's. And Demi, you see a little pool of water kind of running under the partition into yours.
She's gonna like shape water back over to the other partition. She's like, you missed some.
That's
All
so
right.
cool.
I'm gonna fall asleep in my bath.
Well, your head's out of it. Yeah, you won't drown. You're fine.
Too big.
I'm also. So I'm washing myself, and I'm also washing Ashi.
Oh yes, Ashi is.
Aw, Bims!
Mhm.
Yeah,
Ashi's
Ew, you're naked.
So Bim's
Bims,
kind
you
of.
want to get in?
Bims is up. Like Ashi followed
Look at your
Zahl straight in and kind of like you see Ashi like gets into the water and kind of does a serpentine like loop swimming around and is just making little circles over your lap, like kind of paddling around, and you see them kind of. Bims is kind of.
God, stop it! You're ruining this cute moment.
I
It's
don't
very
know.
cute.
Very cute.
Behave yourself. Never. Bims is kind of up on the partition between Peach and Demi, and is kind of.
Do you need to bathe? How does this work? Do you bathe?
You just get confusion again through the bond.
God. Do
You
you want
talk
to
to
be?
him.
Oh God.
You talk to him. I can speak. Chronic.
Oh right. Ask if he wants to take a bath.
Well, I don't know if he can actually respond technically.
It was like commands in Draconic. He understood.
Okay.
Can you tell him to bathe?
I think so. And I kind of look at him and I just go. I point towards Debbie.
Oh
and
no.
I look at the water and I go, bathe. In
Please don't
Draconic.
bathe me.
It kind of like looks back at you. There's still confusion. Bathe is not a command that he's experienced before.
Clean. And I point towards the water.
Not better.
He's
I
confused.
just,
Tack.
And then you hear like his ears kind of point forward, like How to Train Your Dragon, and his head turns.
I don't speak Draconic. I don't speak Draconic. I can't do it.
go. I say go and I point.
Go. Okay. He Bims gets go in Draconic and kind of the wings, and he kind of lands on the edge of the bath. Takes one of those kind of cute paws, dips it in, taps at it, looks at
Like a
Demi.
cat with wings. She just starts patting the water and just playing.
Kind of just steps out and then and it kind of looks a little startled. There's a little bit of
She's gonna try and hold it. Do the puppy paddle thing. She's teaching the pseudo dragon to swim.
and it's just doing
Oh god.
so you've got like Asha's like kind of
It's fine.
Yeah,
great.
love-
Bims is
I
like
love That's the position of the two of them.
She's just holding him like little above the water, so his little feet are going, and then she's just lowering him into the water.
slowly gets it. Kind of as
Yeah.
you release him,
Is it
like he
beautiful?
takes off and just kind of reaches the end of the tub. Doesn't really know how to stop. Just goes. Pulls itself up
And
on
she
the edge.
grabs him again. She's like, okay. Well, now
Oh
if
my
we need to, he can swim.
Okay.
So proud of you, Bims.
I love the juxtaposition of the two pseudo dragons. He's like, not my thing. And Ashi's just like doing like tricks and shit.
Again, it's a dog and a cat. We have two different dragons.
True.
Pims is literally just sassy, but blue.
Oh.
It's literally sassy when she has to have a bath. She didn't
Yeah.
like that. Okay. After a little bit of time relaxing, the gnomish individual returns with food, a few platters. They're all on independent plates that he sets out on the table. There's a big, like, multi-tiered silver tray with various sweets on it. It's mostly, like, it's like confections more than sweets, right? Like, really genuinely made in-house confections are placed around the table. You see there's a few bottles of wine and some glasses. Not bottles, pitchers. And then glasses laid out for you. And all right. Anything else you lot want? Good? Everything
No,
warm?
I think that's fine.
Temperature's good?
Thank you.
Perfect.
All right. I'll be sitting outside.
Martin's asleep.
Yeah.
And he kind of goes out the door. You see, like, there's a little stool by the door. And he kind of
Mhm.
plops down and closes the door.
Oh, cool.
Morton, wake up! There's cake.
Huh? Hmm.
Cake.
Just reach over and grab one.
Perfect. Wonderful. Does anyone want a drink?
Oh yes, I'll grab my own.
I'm all set.
All right.
And
Demi's getting white wine.
White wine? Cool. It's White Claw. No, I'm kidding. As
Not
you...
this joint is not.
No, it ain't. They wouldn't be caught dead serving that swill.
Nope.
Did they recognize Demi?
This is where she wants to get noticed.
They
Here.
did not appear to.
Perfect.
But
Because she's fake.
there's
Any
word
more
of Demi
posters?
being about, and
Okay.
there's really one water Genasi in the region. So they're a little
Atmosphere.
they're a little more used to being interacting with individuals of a certain status, perhaps,
Mhm.
and handle themselves in such a manner. It's,
See? Not famous.
Still famous.
Not
You're
famous.
famous.
It's not.
You're
Mm.
famous.
Right when the whole party tells you, Corey.
Morton's eating cake. He didn't say a thing.
I'm asleep with the half-eaten piece
Yeah, I
of
was
cake.
gonna say, I look back over at Morton Morton's sleep. He doesn't count right now.
Okay.
Morton always counts.
Yes.
Really chocolate on my mouth.
He's asleep, so I can't really. I don't want to wake him up to ask him that.
No, he's fine. He had a long whatever. I don't even know what we did.
One whatever.
For no
We
money.
broke a really big. Yeah, we did.
I didn't get
No
money
money.
for that.
No.
That's
They
that.
gave me a sword, and I feel guilty.
Why? It's a nice sword.
No, that's why I feel guilty.
Why?
So?
I don't get it. Why does that make you feel guilty?
How to have nice things.
Because it was a family heirloom, and I don't have any family heirlooms. And if I did, I wouldn't give them away to anybody. That's
Well,
I mean, not to be that guy, but I don't have a family, so I don't really see the difference between a normal sword and a family sword.
I gave you a present. Would you give it away?
I wouldn't plan on it, but
What?
oh.
if I
Morton, you're asleep.
listen, I would never plan on giving something that one of you gave me away, but if I had to, I would. I almost gave my gloves away the day that we bought them.
She's going to stay quiet.
Wait, what?
But
He
That's
tried
it.
to give the gloves away for my information trade.
'cause I
So
knew
I-
how important that was to her, so I wanted to make sure that she got her information.
I gave away the spell books instead. Well, 2 of them. I kept the first one because thought it was special.
But I wanted to make sure that she got the information, so I offered to sweeten the deal. The gloves.
Nice.
Because it's about her
That's
family.
right.
And I understand family ties, but the thing is from at least what I've gathered over the years, is that while a sword or an item like that is great, the people are the important part. So I don't think you need to feel bad for taking a family heirloom when, honestly, it was sitting in a box not being used. I think it's smarter for you to use it because, honestly, pretty badass with a long sword. I've seen you do some crazy things that I've never seen before, and I've seen a decent amount of things in this world. So maybe you can give it a new story.
You can always give it back.
I think
Just saying. But yeah. So today was weird. Well, this week was
Yes. I think that's going to happen a lot with Morton.
fun.
Sean, please.
I like how we're talking with him asleep in the room.
Yeah.
Stop!
That's how Morton sleeps.
Wide-eyed.
Yes, Peach?
We didn't really talk about it, but did you end up getting the lead? Because you're going to have a boat as of tomorrow, probably.
Of sorts. Information to find more information. I got another name. But I figure it might be a while before I figure everything else out. I'm just going to keep my ears open and see if I can maybe find some people along the way, too. But Morton's...
What's the name?
It's a great question. Let me look at my notes.
The name you are looking for is Mr. Dory.
Yeah, there was 2 episodes ago? 3 episodes ago?
It's been a
Mr.
minute.
Dory of the Styes.
Ah, yes. Yep,
The
I have it right.
Styes.
It's south of Seaton.
Do you
So-
share that information with the party?
Sure.
Oh no.
What?
I don't know. I don't know why you asked that.
Oh, no,
So-
yeah, I don't mind telling them that.
At the mention of the Styes, that's your neck of the woods, Peach.
Oh.
It's about a day away from Owen-Oak. It's just across the border of Keelan.
It's really close to Owen-Oak. That's where I'm from.
Oh,
We-
well,
If we ever end up going that way, maybe we could stop and see my mom.
sure.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan. Whenever we go over there, because apparently there's something else they need us to do.
Yeah. So we're gonna go fight lizard folk, right?
They didn't tell us what we were going to do.
The problem with working for a crown, they never like to tell you what to do until you have to do it. Usually, at least. I'm just...
Do other employers work differently?
No,
I
I
don't
think
know
that's
lots of things.
pretty much how it
Yeah.
works.
It really depends on the employer. A lot of them like to give you the job straight up. Most like to give you an idea of the job, and then as you get on the job, it's different.
Up until Morton walking up to me, my job was pretty straightforward. So,
That's because
No,
you think. Wink at her.
what? She's ignoring everyone and just sinking further into the bath. Just
Oh.
all the way into the
What
bath.
an Aussie thing.
Water is water Genasi thing?
Is that what you're doing when you sink into the water like that? Is that
No, I'm just avoiding conversation and enjoying my bath.
Gotcha.
Do that if I was human too, and she's just gonna continue to sink. She can breathe underwater though, so she's gonna spend
Yeah, that's why I'm like, is that
significant
what-
time. Yeah,
So-
she's not gonna I don't know if they know that she can breathe underwater, but she's underwater now for the next at least 10 minutes.
There's just this spread of blue, watery hair, like, mixing with the water above, kind of
So she
flayed
just
out.
straight up grudged everybody there, and just had
Yeah.
a grudge moment, and just oh, this is a mess of hair.
You also watch as there's a bright flash from where Morton was sleeping, and all of a sudden there's a giant frog sitting in his bathtub.
Oh god. God damn.
And it is
Sleeping
a
frog.
giant frog. Like, it is huge. Is it still, like, up?
Yeah, it's tummy showing up.
She comes up 10 minutes later
Martin,
and looks over,
this
not
might be-
surprised.
My least favorite.
Actually like that one. That's a cute one.
I don't know about cute.
Come on, that's adorable.
We're still asleep.
I assume we're just gonna
Fully
continue to eat and
Mm-hmm.
eat and all
Shoot
that.
the shit. Shoot the
Alright.
shit and eat.
Yep.
You spend your evening eating good food, drinking good wine, taking a bath, chatting with your companions. Towels and all that are provided as you dry off. Are you heading back to the Snapping Line, or do you have other business in the night? It's fairly late now.
What time
After
is it?
all
Yeah.
of that, it's probably pushing about 10 p.m.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm assuming we're heading back.
Actually,
Yes.
I'm not going to sleep right when we get back.
Um,
He's gonna go try and fuck.
No, I'm gonna wait till all of them go to sleep, and I'm gonna try to shed my skin.
Question for me,
You just got it clean.
DM.
I've done it every level.
Question for me, DM. How crowded is the inn?
The Snapping Line Inn?
Yep.
At this time of night, it's fairly busy. Sailors Inn, Farmers Inn. People
Bless
sneezing.
you, bud.
Let's see.
I love it.
Sailing with a cold.
Yeah. It's fairly busy. It's fairly crowded. It's not. It's just starting to ebb now into the like evening crowd, which is a little less densely packed, or the night crowd, which is a little less densely packed. But
Does it look like she would make money?
it looks like she'd always make money at this inn performing.
It's been a week. She's gonna roll a performance.
Okay, go ahead and roll that performance check.
All right. Okay. Hold on. What's
Whoopsie.
my plus?
Sorry, guys.
Performing, I'm gonna go up to the room and shed my skin before they get up.
19.
A 19. Okay.
Yeah, I have +6.
You make 2 gold pieces and 5 silver pieces throughout the evening
Cool.
as you serenade the population of Salt Marsh with your siren songs.
Perf.
There's a lot of S's in that. Zahl goes up to the room. Where did Peach and Mortin go?
Peach is listening to performance.
Okay, Peach jams
I'll
out.
do the same.
Mortin jams out. You spend about another hour and a half.
No.
You know, there's
I'm just
Do whatever Peach does.
Mortin-
I have my own little cheer section.
This is fun.
It doesn't. I want to believe that it doesn't go with the music at all.
Oh no, mine definitely doesn't. And a 1E and a 2E, and a 1E and a 2E.
It's like a very somber ballad about a love lost at sea, and Morton's doing and Mortin and Peach are like, you are able to shed your skin, Zahl, and do so quite readily.
Jesus.
So now there's Zahl's skin in your bedroom.
What? No.
I take it and I throw it out.
You just toss it out the window.
Where do you leave that?
Threw it on the ground.
Our windows don't open.
Just pack it down,
Pack it
real
down.
tight. Then I take it downstairs, and I assume we've thrown things out.
Yeah, there's like a garbage
Right.
pile in the back.
Well, what'd you do with it last time?
Just left it there for Hannah to deal with.
There you go. Do that this time then.
I'll,
Break the cycle.
you know, I'll put it in Demi's. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, that would be gross.
She has a mockery now. You need to behave.
Go for it. Go for it. Do it up.
Blast. You need to. I go put it in the in the trash pile.
You pass through the kitchen to get to the like garbage pile in the back, and Gordon Ramsay kind of gives you.
Gordon Ramsay.
Why are you looking? I'm just throwing something out.
Don't make me make an idiot sandwich.
What the fuck does that even mean?
And he just goes back to cooking.
Don't point at me. I just walk the rest of the way through.
All right, yeah, you're easy enough, and then you come back into the inn quite readily.
Yeah.
Gordon just being a prick. All right,
Great.
you guys retire for the night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You
My
pass. Look real shiny and beautiful. You guys pass the night and wake up in the morning to the sounds of Salt Marsh kind of coming through. You hear people calling out, sailors, the sound of sails unfurling in the bay below. And as you kind of get ready and come downstairs, how would you all like to proceed with your day?
Magic store.
So, what time is it?
We
Oh no, we have to be there at 10.
It's currently, you got a later start to the night, so 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 2, 3.
Bullshit.
Yeah,
Bullshit.
you're easily up in time to make a trip to the store before going to.
Perfect.
Awesome.
sword.
We do that instead.
Okay. So you head over to Captain Zendros's faithful quartermaster of ears. You pay the 50
Yes.
gold to enter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
I got it.
Let me take 50 gold from Demi. You make your way down into music change. One moment.
Woo.
What?
Down
Where are we?
into the kind of main. You're guided down through the hallway and into the familiar kind of shop of Captain Zendros. The big table is laid out before you. And she this time actually already had a chance. They told her you were coming from the door, so she already comes out with the silver tray, places a few items down. Kind of, this is becoming a regular occurrence with you a lot. You get the feeling that before she'd like sell a few remedies and like a few of her wares went to the wealthier people, but it was tricky to get the general population of Saltmarsh to have enough gold to ever afford any of these items in their lifetimes.
We're here for the stuff.
Give us the stuff. You
Give us those things, huh?
greets you all. Hello. It is. Got her voice. Hold on. Kajita's ways. It is good to see you all again. I have a new set of items available for purchase. The first one, and she points to a fairly new-looking spell scroll. Parchment is fairly fresh. And I'm just going to rattle off the items this time so we don't go through the pomp and circumstance of it all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spell scroll, first level, inflict wounds. Common item, 75 gold pieces. Spell scroll, second level, beast sense. Uncommon item, 300 gold pieces.
Gotcha.
Wand of magic missile. Uncommon item, 300 gold pieces.
Oh, none of that's in the running.
Yeah, that really is.
Staff of the Adder. Uncommon item, 300 gold pieces.
It's too rich. We can't get that. Too much. Next.
Potion of Heroism. Rare item, 2,500 gold pieces. Potion of Invisibility. Very rare, 25,000 gold pieces.
Put that on the list. Yep.
Potion of Supreme Healing, 25,000 gold pieces.
All right.
Mom, how much can we afford?
Please don't ever call me that again.
Mom,
What was that?
He's
What was
speaking
the
to his
first
God.
potion?
So
I
the
was thinking
first
about
potion,
mother.
the first potion was a potion of heroism. As you look at it, it's this kind of ornate glass vial that's got crystalline structures to it, and there's this orange liquid that seems to glitter and sparkle slightly, even in the dim light of the quartermaster's main store. And that's the potion of heroism. The potion of heroism, I believe, essentially gives you bless for an hour, which is very good.
So,
that-
as much as I want to say that we should get that healing potion, we don't have that much money. After horses and everything. We have my party funds or the party funds and my funds are not separate, but there's 848 gold pieces and 733 silver pieces. That's Demi and the whole party, what I have, like, party fund.
We can get 2 magic items.
Yes. We can, if we want them.
Magic missile wand and
I
adder
do
staff.
think the magic missile wand is a good idea. What is the adder staff?
It turns into a snake. It's all just wants it for aesthetic reasons.
stop ruining my life.
A snake that has hit points that I can kill.
Snake that- Josh wants to kill more of Zahl's friends.
I'm sorry, Zahl. I'm kidding, buddy. I'm kidding, Adam, and I love you.
So,
Mother,
but like
smite
actually,
them down.
what would we like to do? I would love the magic missile wand deal. That sounds awesome. What else do we want? Like, actually,
I will say the staff does do more than just turn into a snake.
It does.
But
what does
It's
it
a
do?
good staff.
it's mostly the snake thing.
If you want, here, I'll pull it.
Thank you.
You can make a melee attack using the snake head, which has
Poison
5 feet of reach. Your proficiency bonus is applied using the attack roll. On a hit, the target takes 1d6 piercing damage and makes a Constitution saving throw, or takes 3d6 poison damage.
It's good.
It's really good.
3d6 poison damage if you hit.
Mhm.
No, if they fail
If they
to
fail
save throw.
the-
Well, that's what I'm saying is that you get the actual damage from the staff, and then if they fail the con, then 3d6 poison damage on top of that,
Now,
and it can become a snake.
so when it does that attack, it can be attacked. It has a AC of 15 and 20 hit points.
If the
And
head
then
drops to
it's
0
gone.
hit points, the
Wait a
staff
minute.
is destroyed.
It has an AC higher than mine.
It's a very tough staff.
God damn it!
Ooh,
It has
It's
less
stronger
hit
than
points
mine,
than
too.
you.
that's good stuff.
God damn it! That's a
So-
pretty good item.
Yeah, it has barely less hit points than Demi does.
It's also a versatile weapon, so you can use
So it can be
one-handed.
two-handed, baby.
So, okay, Morton, you seemed excited about Beast Sense, but were you?
I'm totally fine. You don't need to
Okay.
give it to me. I was
All
kidding.
right.
I rolled that and I was like, the only person who could use this is not going to want this.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I can
Okay.
take it. So
So here's my thought process.
Mm-hmm.
We have around 800 gold in the party fund.
Mm-hmm.
We do still need to go find healing potion because we can't buy the one here. And at this
I know
point,
where it's at.
almost all of us have died. So
You know the guy. Wait, we didn't use any healing potions though.
yes, we did. We used one on
did.
Peach, our very
Used
last
one
one.
of the healing. No, I thought we had two.
We have one more.
We have one
There
more.
we go.
Okay, who has that one?
I believe Peach does.
Peach.
I used the one that Peach had. On Peach.
I had
Demi
two.
never had one. Okay. I was like, Demi never had one. Okay, so we have
I
one.
found 2 on the boat.
That's
Oh,
correct.
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Important point of order, because I completely spaced this. Peach, the day after you left the forest, that nauseous feeling and that intense kind of weight on your shoulders dissipated.
Good to know.
Oh, good.
Sorry, just remembered. Irrelevant to the current context, but important.
So,
Mhm,
So-
mhm, mhm.
what do we want? We're going to need to save some money for healing potions. They were like, what, like 75?
They were
Gold
110.
pieces usually around. No,
What?
Morton, they're not.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure. We'll talk about it later, but I'm pretty sure there were 110.
They're not.
pretty sure that I'm going to be doing the talking when we buy them next. Okay.
I love
So-
how many times that has come up.
It's too much. So just a thought process on that. We probably want to spend around 600 if we're going to spend.
No.
That's
well, yeah.
probably our limit. So
You got items.
what does everyone want?
I think we should get the wand for you, Demi, and the
Absolutely.
snake staff for the snake.
Okay.
I don't think you're supposed to call him that.
Zahl.
I don't
That's a
think it's...
little racist. If I'm
What's
being
racist
honest.
about that? Are you not a snake?
No, I'm not a snake.
Morton, it'd be kind of like somebody being like, we should get that for the cow man. Like that's rude.
Who's
For
that?
You.
You.
Oh no!
Mark's having an existential crisis and realizing he's a cow man.
I'm very offended. I go outside.
Mort just walks out.
I didn't say it was you. I said that's what people would say.
He's already gone.
That analogy fell flat. I'm sorry.
I don't think it did, but I think that he understands what he just said to me.
It's important.
It really is.
Morals and finances. There's a lot we need to
He's
work on.
learning a
Alright.
lot. I'm fine with it. Like, the staff looks cool, but I also got the magical item last time. I don't want to be greedy, of course.
Peach, was there something you wanted? No. Well, we can. That leaves it up to you, Zahl. Do you want the staff, or do you think that we should wait until the next round of things?
I think it could be useful, and honestly, it kind of fits my aesthetic.
Just got mad
Yeah.
about him calling you a snake.
Well, it does fit my... Okay, does it not fit my aesthetic? Also, I get mad about him calling me a snake because I'm not a snake. I'm a Yuan-Ti. There's a big difference. One
You're-
is a snake, one isn't.
And then you summoned a dragon that looked like a snake, and you said that the staff
Demi, you
looks like a
literally are
snake.
made of water. What do you want me to say about you,
So
huh?
are you!
Should I call you Puddle from now on?
Oh,
That's really cute.
It's
That was actually
so
adorable.
cute.
Should I call them Pebble because they're a stone?
That's
Huh?
also very
Captain
cute.
Zendros leans. Captain
Very
Zendros leans to Peach and goes, "They are always like this."
Yes.
they love, yes.
3% of the time.
Oh,
93.
Do you want your staff or not?
Yes, I want the staff.
All right, perfect. We're gonna take those two things. Thank you.
oh chat
Anyways.
just said Demi and Peach, Puddle and Pebble.
A ship name. The best
Aw.
of friends.
So
Aw.
your ship name is
So
TP?
cute. Hey.
Cow then.
Leave it alone.
Rename the stream. Puddle, pebble,
You're
cow,
so
and snake.
It sounds like a bad cartoon, like kids version of our show.
Like the Fox and the Hound, except worse.
No, I was thinking like cat dog or like
Oh no.
Ugh.
things like that. Okay, anyway, moving on. 600 gold. Sup. Taking it. Okay. We have about 200 gold left in the party fund. Probably less, but like my money's in there too, so.
Okay, so you take the stick and the wand.
Mhm.
Yes.
Cool. Good to know. Thank you.
What was the wand called? Are we adding it? That
Wand,
was for me,
yeah,
right?
so you'd add a wand of magic missiles to yourself, and
Oh.
the staff of the adders to adder assumed Zahl.
Yeah. I got it.
Did.
No, dude.
Awesome.
Savage.
I also, since we're now
Classy.
walking,
Fuji.
I'm gonna attune
Ratchet.
to it,
You gonna
Sassy.
attend to it?
and I'm gonna wink at her as I leave. You can judge me all you want. I don't care.
Just kinda
Goodbye.
gives him a smile. We'll see you in a week, I assume.
I will be here, of course. Hope to see you at the tavern, but I missed you last time I was there.
Of course you do, pretty boy.
And out real quick.
All right. You guys make your way out back into the
Yeah,
town
we're moving.
of Saltmarsh, village of Saltmarsh. Headed to the city hall. Is that correct?
Yep.
Mhm.
Heading
Alright.
to the council.
You make your way there. I don't know why I keep calling it city hall, the council building. You make your way over there pretty easily. You head in, and all of the council members are there and ready to speak with you. Sitting, kind of standing up again on that podium. There's nobody else in the room. You're let in. They kind of usher you up onto the podium at this point. You guys have been working with them pretty regularly. They have some documents and maps laid out. You notice most readily is the map that you provided with this trade point marked off that you pulled from the smuggling vessel. Manistrad gives you all a nod. Solomor sort of wave hello. Gellin is looking irritable and a little fancier. He's less disheveled than the last time. Eleander, another nod. And then Ada, just kind of a hello. The older
Hello.
member of the council member there. Member of the council. So, Eleander kind of steps forward. We appreciate you all returning to us. I hope things went well in Brule.
We fought a troll.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
What?
We killed the troll.
Yep.
That is another
That's-
impressive feat. I'm sorry, could you say that again, Peach?
Oh, we killed it twice because the first time it didn't take.
It's true. Yes.
And everyone looks very impressed. They're not necessarily questioning you. There's a little bit of like, but also they've seen what you have accomplished thus far.
And an old woman.
No, don't.
No,
and
it was a hag. A
Not
hag.
an old woman.
I see.
Evil. Was evil.
Was okay. Well, your business is your own. Sounds like quite the feat.
Dang.
I love that mentality. Okay.
Whatever.
If you're murdering people,
Sounds good.
you have nothing to say about it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Well, we appreciate you all returning to us safe. I'm glad to see you healthy.
Of course.
Gowan kind of scowls. But, all right. Here's the deal. The Crown has agreed to allow you use of the privateer vessel. It would be a year-long contract. At the end of that year, or if you accrue the gold beforehand, you can purchase the vessel for 10,000 gold pieces. At that point, it will be considered your own vessel. However, until that is paid off, they'd like you to function as a privateer for the Royal Navy. Now, privateers are free to do as they wish with the vessel. However, acts of aggression against the Crown or trading vessels working in the area would nullify our contract. We would send vessels after you. We would also reserve the right to call upon you to support the Crown with some compensation involved in our endeavors in the region. There's no lie that we're attempting to expand Kjolan's reach into this part of the nation. Kjolan has been absent for a long time in Saltmarsh. We hope to remedy that situation. Any questions thus far? All clear?
What happens if in that year we have to take a leave, or we have to not be on the ship? Does that nullify our deal, or?
That is not a problem, as long as you... If you were to leave the vessel sitting, I mean, you would accrue the fees related to harboring and so on and so forth, wherever you are. If we ask you to do something in the Crown's name, then expediency is requested, but not necessarily required. The request cannot be ignored.
When we talked last, we mentioned that we might need members of the Crown to help sail the ship. Obviously, we're only 4 people. Is that still something that they're willing to provide?
That is an excellent question, and brings me to our next point. We can provide royal sailors for this first portion, the first request that the Crown has for you as you act as privateers for the Royal Navy. We would like you to travel down to the location marked on this map, and he gestures to the smuggling map, and at the X that marks the meeting point, and have you reconnoiter and scout this lizard folk lair. Whatever's going on down there, we need to know what they're doing. Right? We would provide sailors free of cost for that instance. After that point, it will be up to you to crew your vessel. Pay, you can figure out all of that, and the roles necessary. Now, I must stress, we are not looking to go to war with these lizard folk. We don't know their purpose. We don't know why they're here. We want to know what's going on. We want to know numbers. We want to know their goals. We want to know where they are housed. We have no idea.
You do realize how difficult it is to hide a ship, right? So if they attack us, should we not fight them?
I defer to your expertise regarding how you approach the matter of interacting and engaging with the lizard folk. I ask that you not fight them if you're able to do so.
Will we be flying the naval flag or...
You fly under your
Privateering.
own colors.
All right. And does that mean we get to name the ship?
If you'd like to, that's not a problem. You'll need to speak with the docking master, I'd assume.
Wonderful.
It's currently registered as the Sea Ghost. Although,
Yes,
we did that
that's-
last week because it was unregistered before.
I like
Yes.
that name though. That's such a cool name.
But it's a piratey name.
Yeah, well, that's confusing to people. It works.
I'll leave you to that conversation if you agree to accept these terms. If you don't, you're welcome to go about this however you want, or go on your way, but naming the ship is irrelevant until you possess it.
It's true.
So we want to sign up for a year.
What does everyone think?
How much are we getting paid?
That is an excellent question. We will pay you 700 gold pieces for the successful completion of this endeavor. We will provide an additional 200 gold pieces if you succeed in determining what's going on and making contact with these lizard folk without it ending in conflict. Now, small skirmishes, fine. Going to war with other forces, problematic. Is that clear?
Yes.
Very.
So we do it.
You could have a boat in a year, Demi. It could be your boat.
A little less than that.
Ships.
Find the money.
I
True.
do have one other question, if you don't mind.
Yes. Ask away.
If we do decide to take on this ship, is there a way to buy our way out of this contract?
If you have 10,000 gold pieces to provide the crown at whatever point in time in this year-long contract, then you may buy the vessel outright and sail under your own colors, doing what you will with it.
Gotcha.
Understanding that piracy is unacceptable.
Well, yes, I wasn't
obviously.
saying piracy. I just meant, in the sense of contract. I don't like to be tied down to places.
All right. Well, what does everyone think? Take on a new mission?
It's your choice. You'll be
Yes,
captaining
you
the
are.
helm.
Have you made...
Captain! Gosh.
That's not a thing yet. Have you thought about getting in contact with the lizard folk before now? Are we walking into something that you have approached or no?
We were waiting for you. You've proven yourselves as adventurers. You're competent.
Yep.
The hollow marshes are a dangerous place. The Dunwater River is a dangerous place. We've lost quite a few men after the skirmish at the mansion, with the instances at the jail. You have come out unscathed, and, well, sorry, presumptuous, but you're still standing.
Yes. Yes, that's true. All right. Well, Just-
Cow. Yes, everything's dangerous.
yep, everything's dangerous.
You're all going to die.
So, I don't see the harm in trying. So we might as well. Do you want us to set out as soon as possible?
Expediency would be appreciated. We understand that it may take time to orient yourself to the vessel, but within the next few days would be ideal.
Wonderful. And that one, there will be sailors for that, so
Yes.
of course. Yes, I think we might as well. You're going to get tired of me asking this. Do you have any idea where we can get other health potions?
You tried the Quartermaster of Years?
We did. The only one was very expensive.
Unfortunately, that's about it. We have a small cache, but we're burning through our supplies, and if we're to go to war, I'm afraid
Yes,
I'm
but
hesitant to part
do you-
with them. Fuck off.
Do you think that since we're going off on this very dangerous journey for the crown, that we could possibly acquire one?
Roll persuasion.
Okay.
I help.
No.
That's an
I'm doing gratitude.
18, 18 plus 6.
I hate you all.
Dragons.
Charisma character.
Dungeons and Dragons. Don't be the
Bard.
DM that allows 2 charisma players in your campaign.
Eleander
Charisma checks.
opens the pouch at his side and takes
Aw.
his personal potion of healing and gives it to you. And I
I
may
love
make you pay for that in the future.
Real bad.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I
I
get
mean,
it. Ominous.
Hi guys, don't piss off your
Okay.
DM with good rolls.
This man's gonna fucking die.
We're gonna get back and he's gonna be dead!
This is my asthma medication.
Here's my inhaler.
Without this, I will die, so use it wisely.
she's gonna hand it to Zahl.
Why?
Because you don't have one on you. Do you?
No.
Do you have one on you? No, you don't. And in case you go down,
Do you have one?
no, but in case you go down, it needs to be close by.
I'm tied for most
We're
deaths.
playing. We're also but I mean, come on, bud.
Come
We've
on,
had this
man.
conversation. You know, it's not the same thing.
Shut up, cowman.
He's outside.
Oh.
yes, Peach. What would you like to say?
Peach is going to ask, so is there any sort of identification we carry to prove that we work for Keelan?
Important.
Do I get a lion?
You will get the deed to the ship. The ship will be registered with
Oh.
all the dockmasters throughout Keolan. The deed, if you present it at other ports across the Azure Sea, should recognize the seal.
I'm just so excited.
Officially.
No cloaks.
Not a captain, no.
You're not a
Technically-
member of our armed forces, I'm afraid, though.
No.
You
Valid.
are a captain, though.
Want a cloak?
I
I'm
don't.
sorry, Peach.
I-
Go buy one.
Well,
Do you run the ship?
what?
No, you gotta run the ship, right?
Yes.
Oh, that makes you a captain.
And it makes you a thorn in my side.
No, the thorn that you have to keep, not my fault. Oh,
Oh,
they're doing this again.
I saw it. Yeah. I was ignoring it. I was hoping it would go away.
I didn't do that until you acknowledge it.
So, great. We'll do that. When can you have the ship and the sailors ready?
One point of order, and he pulls out.
Yes.
So here, this is the deed to the vessel.
Great.
It kind of outlines the contract, so on and so forth. You can choose if you would like to sign in partnership. If one of you would like to sign, that is entirely up to you. But I'll need it here, and here, and here, and initial here.
Oh, good
date
lord.
here, date
Would
here.
you like me to sign this?
I mean, again, you're the one captaining the ship.
Do it if you.
Demi's just gonna sign.
Alright.
Just D. Demi, just the whole way, the whole time.
And then they have it done in duplicate,
D-dubs.
so they can keep a copy. They hand over one copy to you and keep a copy for themselves.
Wonderful.
You are now in possession of a single-mast sailing vessel, currently titled the Sea Ghost.
You're too low level for this.
God, I'm spoiling you guys this week.
We
I
don't
got
have
a
a ship.
pair for the
Demi got her
order.
shot.
Can I also just say real quick, glad that I was the one that liked the Staff of the Adder because only Morton and I could actually use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It only attunes to druids and warlocks.
It's very
Doesn't fit my aesthetic. So.
No, he just got it bomb
Yet.
staff, so.
We're gonna be snake bros! We're gonna be a snake cow!
I don't know how I feel about that
What?
one.
What?
because you said it didn't fit your aesthetic yet. And I was like,
Oh,
"You're gonna
no.
say cow."
I hate that.
Come
I hate that a lot.
Moose.
All right.
Oh
The business
boy.
done. The kind of council dismisses. Everyone says their farewells, minus Gellin, who kind of storms out, looking as irritable as ever.
Wonderful.
Oh, that guy.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, he's a real prick. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank
Is
you.
this
Thanks.
DM question? If I'm adding this to my extras, is this a sailing ship?
This
Is
is
that
a
what it
sailing
is?
ship. That is correct.
'Kay.
And I can
Okay.
provide you with the stat blocks for that. However, naval combat is interesting in Dungeons and Dragons, so we'll go
Mhm.
through that offline if it becomes a problem. Usually, you guys just sink it with a fireball or pull some Caleb Widowgast bullshit, and it doesn't really matter. So
Perfect.
I'm gonna
teleport
drown
you.
it.
you
I like that I
tidal
added,
wave it.
I added things to my. I added a Tang and I added the Sea Ghost. My extras.
There you go.
My horses.
Must.
Fucking
died.
Tang.
I added must, and I added a poisonous snake.
Okay.
So if I ever add her it up.
Jeez. Oh my god. Okay. So, sorry, did you say when you could do that? Is that like a day, 2 days? What are we looking at?
Ready to sail.
Before you can get sailors and ready to sail.
Oh, we can be ready within the day.
Oh.
We are ready to begin this endeavor, but whatever time
Yeah.
well, we can give you a few days if you need it.
Does anyone have anything else that they would like to do?
You can go try and get some health potions from the store I mentioned.
That we need to do, yes, definitely. So, maybe tomorrow we could be ready to leave tomorrow morning?
Can everyone swim?
Oh, that's a
Now,
great
yes.
question, yes.
What'd you say? Mom?
Mims can now.
Now I can.
Ah, you
Level
can.
4.
Good job, buddy.
Thanks, bud.
I'm proud of you.
I don't think it will matter if Peach can swim because it takes 15 minutes to get the armor off, so you be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are not allowed to stand next to the side of the ship, like ever. Because you would go right, and if no one's around, you just down. I can't help you.
But what's the point of a boat if you can't look at the water?
You can look at the water from 5 feet in from the boat.
Gross.
Or
take
when you have
15
your armor
minutes.
off. When you have your armor off, maybe like when you wake up in the morning.
We'll go to sleep at night.
Yes. Just
I'm
trying to make
there.
sure you don't sink
Fine.
like a rock.
Or just all day.
When you're
Sleep
on
on
the
rough.
boat.
So, tomorrow morning, we'll go finish things up, and if you could get all of the things that we'll need, papers, maps, deeds, all of that, if I have all of that, and then we'll gather supplies. Will there be supplies on the ship for this mission for all the sailors and everything?
We can
Rations, things of that
provide
nature.
enough rations for a few days. Let's see.
Perfect.
And I believe the vessel, when you brought it in, had a stock of various sailing supplies, tar, rope,
Yes.
and such.
Good berries.
I'm sorry, pardon?
Food.
Oh.
All right.
He
He does not know.
Good
He
berries
doesn't
for
know
my
what
staff.
to do with Morton. Everything is. Your staff appears to be growing.
Isn't it wonderful?
Yes. That's normal. Anyway, papers, things like that. We'll get going. Get ready. We'll be there. I'm assuming it'll be at the dock. In the morning.
Yes, it's the ship that you came in.
Yes. All
Can't
right.
miss it.
Mhm.
It's actually moored a little bit out in the harbor, but a rowing boat will get you there quite quickly.
I need to know what colors we're gonna fly. I'm excited.
You guys could decide that.
All right. It's a snake eating a cow.
The other way around.
It's an Ouroboros of a snake eating a cow, and in between them, they're in a puddle with a pebble in the middle. There we go.
No, it's just.
That's not what an Ouroboros
It's just
is.
Ouroboros. It's
An
just an
Ouroboros.
Ouroboros with the 2 pseudo dragons.
Oh, that's good.
Oh.
It's like my bracelet.
But with the 2 pseudo dragons, that'll be cute. Okay. Anyway, sorry. A moment. All right. So we're gonna go see about getting things to make sure we don't die.
Yay.
All right. Farewell. Have a.
Thank you.
Thank you for the boat.
You're welcome.
She's gonna look back and just be like, Mr. Primewater, I suggest you try smiling before your face ends up like that. And then she leaves.
He just glares at you.
No, she meant like that. You're still doing it. And I smile and wink as I walk out.
Glares at him too. Glares at everybody. Leaves. You make your way out onto the street. Are you heading to Winston's?
Yeah, Winston's place or store or whatever.
Winston's Church Hill.
Winston's Church.
Is it on a hill?
Winston's Church on a hill.
You
Is it on a
make
hill?
your way up. Winston Burdock's store is a little bit up past the stables and so on and so forth, a little bit on a hill. Morton leads the charge, knowing exactly where he's going. And you approach this small store with a little
Great
porch.
place.
Yeah.
You're gonna love it. I guarantee it.
You walk in, there's stuff everywhere. Morton, sorry.
Yeah. I sort of lead him in. This is the guy. This is the one who has all the health potions.
I told you not to tell anybody.
Well, we're family.
Oops. This is my. You know what? That's my bad. I forgot.
We're family. That health
Sorry.
potion came in very, very useful. Do you have any more?
I don't know what health potion you're talking about.
Is that true?
I've never seen this man in my life.
I think
Oh, he's a lot. I swear, guys, I bought one here.
He's lying to you.
It was 110 gold,
I-
which, by the way, is
That
an
certainly
exorbitant
doesn't.
amount.
That doesn't sound like something I would do.
She's intimidating
Now, hold on
now.
a second.
She's leading
Roll
forward and
intimidation.
intimidating.
Doing the,
Come on, baby. Yes. Hold on.
doing the narrow eyes behind her, the piercing gold.
Okay.
Just
This party gives
21.
Demi advantage on
21. Oh, you want me to roll it again? Hold on. Still 21.
31.
21.
45.
All right. I get it. Just you lot can't tell anyone.
Oh, that's
Winston's
fine.
Wares is just a
I'm
normal store. I
I don't
sell
mind that at all.
doodads and whatnots and whoozamajiggers.
Oh,
And
All
health
right.
potions.
and health potions. So
Uh,
we
what
won't
did you
tell
say?
anyone if you can keep providing them for us.
You got the coin?
Of
How
course.
much?
However, 110 is a little exorbitant.
Yeah. It's 75 gold pieces.
That's what I thought. How many
What
do
the
you have?
hell?
Morton, we're talking. Hold on.
I go outside.
Morton, Demi is doing business.
Sean, you're an amazing sport.
God damn it.
Yeah, 75. I've got 3 of them.
Oh, do you think I can get a deal for 3?
I'll give you all of them for 300 gold pieces.
Hmm.
These podunk hillbillies ain't got enough gold to buy them anyway.
How much do you have, Demi?
248, including my own. But that would be all of our money.
Yep.
Morton, did you have money?
I'm outside.
Very confused. You said
put my head
that
up.
you had
You
3
don't
Yeah.
see Morton.
for
You said you had-
75,
That doesn't make sense.
and then you said for 300, sir.
Yeah,
I'm
Josh,
not
can't pull a fast one on you,
Hey,
but
hold on.
I look around real quick. Morton?
Josh, I hate
you
you.
don't see Morton. You just see a full cow, though. That's weird.
Oh,
Oh
he's sulking.
no! Are you turned into a cow?
There's a cow there eating grass.
Why are you like
Well-
this? All right. So
Demi needs to help. She doesn't have any more money.
hold on.
You don't speak cow, do you?
I'm speaking common, which I
225. That's right. I'm sorry. I don't think you quite understood what I meant.
What?
I meant a deal.
Let me just check my math real quick.
Yeah, it's all.
1,
Yes.
10.
Morton.
Her hair is turning into ice.
My sincerest apology. 200 gold pieces.
200.
There we go.
The 3, yes?
Yeah.
Alright, does anyone want to throw in anything to help, or is that just we're going to use the rest of the party funds?
Oh shit! I'll throw in 20 gold.
Alright.
Which will be the same.
Okay, so 140 out of the party funds.
All right. Gold,
Alright.
potions. Tell your friend I'm sorry. I took advantage of him.
Yes. Well, the deal helps with that. So.
Morton's gone full cow. So
Oh!
You never go full cow.
you never go full cow.
Is he alright?
Yeah, he's eating grass currently. He's literally a full cow. Like, he moo and everything.
Hey, what?
He's a druid. He can do things.
He can do that. Also, just so you know, he's very sweet. But we're
Yeah.
very powerful, and if you take advantage of him again, we'll have a problem.
Sounds good,
Yes?
sweetheart.
Okay.
Where's me?
She's
Okay.
gonna walk
I'm
out.
gonna ruin this guy's life.
Okay, Uma.
He's a shithead.
Okay, Uma.
Okay, so that's we have 3 of them now. 3 regular health potions. Is that what it is?
No, we have 5.
Well,
5 total.
yeah,
One we already
just
had,
got
one we just
3
got.
more.
Yeah.
We got 3 more. So Morton and I need to take 1, and then who wants the other one?
I pretty much do healing all the time, so I'll take the second one.
Okay. Josh, are these just?
They're
which ones are
regular
they?
potions of healing.
Potions of healing.
Standard.
Okay.
So we're all good. We're all healed up. Who took the one from the council?
That one went to you. Remember?
You're right.
As you're kind of walking down the hill,
no,
like
we have-
you hear him kind of call out from the porch. You didn't get those from me, remember?
Didn't get what from you?
Shouting off his porch this?
Yeah.
That was a secret!
Exactly.
Wait, didn't
Alright.
get what? I've been around. Didn't get what from you?
Huh? Oh, yeah, good job. And he goes back inside.
No, I'm confused now. Are you talking about the thing that we just saw?
Why?
Because it's fun to fuck with people. This
Alright.
world is full of dummies. Fun.
Ugh.
That
Am I
response.
wrong?
All right. How would you like to proceed? You've acquired
I want to
potions.
go to our. Oh wait, no, our ship isn't at the dock. Never mind.
I mean, it's docked in the bay. It's a very short rowboat out to it. There are plenty of rowboats available along the shore.
You all want to go row out to the boat today? Set up our rooms. We could
That
pick
sounds
rooms.
nice.
Guys, we have rooms.
Yes, we're gonna have to find out.
That's weird.
I mean, we killed people in them, so we know where they are, and
We also have to figure out our roles, because you're clearly the captain of the ship.
And Demi,
So
you would
you've
know
said-
that the roles of the vessel are
yeah, I
Captain.
totally know this.
first mate,
Uh-huh.
bosun,
Mm-hmm.
quartermaster,
That's such a Parker move, just to hear papers flipping at us and mention anything.
surgeon, and cook. Okay?
Surgeon?
There is a surgeon role, yes.
Cook?
Cook role also, yes.
Okay, hold on.
Here,
Captain, first mate, bosun. What was the one
Quarterma-
between that?
quartermaster. Yeah. And here, I'm gonna go ahead and yeet y'all a
Blaster
whole
boys.
list in the server.
Before we go out to the ship, she's gonna figure out if she can find where Oceanus is.
Oceanus, you left on the ship.
I
First
thought he
mate.
came back into town with us.
I believe he stayed on the ship.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Either way, I'm gonna find him and take him to the ship.
Ooh,
Um,
this is an interesting question. Who's Demi's first mate? Ooh.
I know I want.
Because we already know who the captain is. It's
Demi?
It's
Fine.
Oceanus.
Oceanus is-
I saw it in a dream.
Actually, no, you know what? Oceanus did come with you. Oceanus has been staying at the snapping line.
Okay, she's going
Yeah.
to go in and so I got a boat.
Oh.
You know,
That's
the one
very
you
good.
were on.
Yes.
The Crown's letting us use it as a privateering vessel. So eventually, I'm hoping to go get our home back.
Are you
but for
asking
now-
me to join your crew?
I am, yes. It's going to be Royal Sailors for the first mission, which is just a reconnaissance thing. We shouldn't be fighting. Shouldn't be. And then after that, hopefully we're going to go south of Seaton to find some more information.
If we
And
get to
I'll-
make those fucking pirates pay, then I'm in. And he kind of grabs you by the forearm and gives you a shake.
Perfect. Oh, wonderful. So, Oceanus, don't take this the wrong way. You were a deckhand on the ship. Do you have a role that you would feel most comfortable in?
Well,
I am
guess
apparently the captain.
You're our captain.
There's no one else, yes.
All right. What's the experience of these others? They look a little
Absolutely
green around the
nothing.
gills.
Absolutely nothing. They don't even have gills.
And right now.
Not like you and I with our gills.
No.
Silly
No.
land dwellers.
Yeah, they really can't fall off the boat.
I see. And you've got a standard crew, like sailors? Yes, I know.
Yes, the Crown is providing sailors for this first mission, and then we'll have to find our own, which I will also need your help with.
Oh,
I don't know what I'm doing.
come on now. You know how to
I'm
sail
not-
a ship.
Yeah, of course I know how to sail a ship. I've been on a ship since I was 10, but I mean, I'm not a captain. It's not what I do. I sing.
Layla barked orders and looked good. She was excellent at it and made good decisions, but first mate did most of the work. If you need one, I can do that.
Perfect. Yes. Looking good in barking orders. I can do that.
So could I.
Yes. Okay,
Morton, if
So,
you'd like to try to mute
we're
me,
heading-
please feel free.
we're heading out to the ship now to pick rooms and things. So, if you'd like to come,
All right.
perfect. So Oceanus is going to be her first mate because he actually
I
knows
went
what he's
to-
doing on a ship.
I went to type it was all caps. Just like, oh, she has. That scared me.
As we get on the rowboat, I kind of, Demi, I have
Yes.
a question if you don't mind.
Of course.
Growing up, I was near a port. I saw all these captains, ships.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering, can I be bosun? It always looked interesting.
Do you
Dealing
know what a
with-
bosun does?
Kind of. I kind of could gather from watching ships.
Would you like me
Ah.
all to define these roles for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not like
Yeah.
I Googled it or anything.
So you know what a bosun is if you Googled it. Essentially, they're in charge of maintaining the ship, fixing things, repairs, keeping it all operational. Whereas the quartermaster is the supply person. So the quartermaster brings things on board, purchases supplies, maintains supplies, keeps track of supplies.
More no.
The
No.
the bosun, the bosun
Ow.
is a maintenance person who's kind of in charge of the ship's well-being.
Okay.
So patching the hull, making sure that the rigging is appropriately like tarred, so on and so forth. The cook and the surgeon, hopefully pretty self-explanatory. Each one of
What is
these
the
roles per D&D kind of mechanics does have a purpose on the vessel during combat, if it does happen.
Okay.
There are various things that the different roles can provide to benefit the ship in combat.
So wonderful. On the rowboat, the way there,
I'll be the surgeon.
Peach, you remember when we were on the ship last time how you made really nice food?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like you to keep doing that. Can you
Okay.
be our cook? Yes?
Yes.
Wonderful. Morton,
Mhm.
You remember how you keep making sure no one dies?
That is something
I'd
I
like you
think
to
we dabble in.
continue to do that.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Perfect. That one actually makes sense now.
It does.
Full circle. And yes, Saul, I think that you can absolutely do that. And if you have any questions, Oceanus will be first mate. So
Absolutely.
he can teach you guys anything you need to know. We don't have enough people for a quartermaster, so I suppose I'll have to judge some of the royal sailors when they arrive.
Or I could try to handle that too, because it's just
Double
easy.
dip.
Oh, I don't know. We'll
That's-
we'll see who shows up first, unless we want to, steal that wonderful little gnome from its job in the
You could
in the wicker goat.
Yes!
I don't know though. He probably gets paid very well.
True.
I don't
I'm
know that
sure
we can.
there are people around town who might be able to.
No, you don't know what
Take
you're
on
talking about.
Do you know?
I'm sorry.
Do you-
What?
Do you no? Don't listen to him. Do you know anyone who would be good at that? Do you know anyone in town? I know that you just got here, but I mean,
Well, I've been at
Or-
the inn for 4 or 5 days. A few folks have come through.
are there any of note?
Mm,
Anyone you would trust? Anyone you liked?
let me think on it, and perhaps when we get back, what are we fighting? Lizard folk? Is that the?
We're not fighting.
We're not fighting. We're trying to do a reconnaissance and possibly negotiate.
All right. Well,
We're to avoid fighting.
we can survive without a quartermaster for a few days. Let me think on
All
it.
right.
You can think on it. We can always pick one up. Any port is
This is-
going to have one.
This
What?
is Sean talking, but is there any way we can get that catfish to be on the crew?
You're
Oh,
what?
The gnome, the cat. You can ask whoever the fuck you want to do the job.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that Demi absolutely says no to that.
Come
I don't know he
old
exists,
Merle,
actually.
you want him to sail the
wait,
ship?
wait, hold on. There was a
You're
really,
navigator.
Oh, we got one. Hold on.
hold on.
We
What
got
about-
somebody.
Now I don't know who it is.
Do you remember? Oh, I'm
Do
gonna.
you
I'm
remember-
gonna,
September?
I'm gonna pull out a character that Josh is like, I made that up. On the spot. There were 2 bartenders at that bar,
Right.
and there was the Goliath one who like talked to her and liked her
His name was
and was
Up.
nice.
Up.
His
the
name was
Goliath.
Up. That's right. Did we like him?
Sounds like a quartermaster to me.
A bartender.
He's kind of at a shady like location though. I don't know. I'll think about it. He works for like a real shady.
You
Shady
could
person.
Works for the fish guy.
No. Jabba the
It's for
Hutt.
Jabba.
Yeah.
He works for Jabba the Hutt.
Oh my
And he just live in the bottom of our ship.
Just in the bilge with the
Absolutely not.
rot grubs.
That's what he
Yuck.
needs. That's
Have
what
those
he
been
needs.
cleared?
Oh, yeah, we're gonna go clear out those rock grubs.
Have those been cleared?
I'm sorry, what?
Oh no, I'm not talking to Oceanus. I've
Ah.
just been just a Josh question. When they took the ship, do you think they cleaned it? Do they? I assume they got all the bodies off.
You can
It's been a
certainly
week?
find out. They got the
I'm gonna
bodies
go-
off.
I'm gonna
Okay.
go down to that floor since I was there the last time and just listen to
Same.
Sierra.
So okay, are you guys headed to the ship proper now?
Yeah, we're going
Yeah.
to the ship
So you
to get rooms
find
ready.
for a few copper pieces, somebody rows you out to your vessel. No questions asked. You climb aboard. It's been cleaned. The deck has been scrubbed of blood. The rigging's been repaired where it's needed, so on and so forth. Most personal accoutrements have been pulled out. The weapon stow that was referenced was cleared out, but the supplies are still aboard the vessel. Mortin, as you peek your head into the bilge, you do still hear something squishing
All
and
right.
squirming around.
I said I was going down there too. Can I go with him in like
Gross.
Do you like my drift globe to just
Morton, give
daylight?
me a rock,
I give him a rock.
light, and I whip the
Is it a
rock down
regular
there.
rock?
It's a plus. No, it's a plus.
It's
Hang on. You get my spell ability, so it's a plus
Oh.
8 to hit.
all right.
I wasn't gonna aim. Okay, sure. Then I guess I'm
Just in
aiming.
case you're throwing it at something.
Oh, I was lighting it up, and then I was gonna throw it in there. But sure, I guess I'll aim it.
I did put some magic on it.
Okay, so are you attacking the grubs?
I guess I am.
Oh gosh.
Roll to hit.
What is-
You get a +8.
+8 to hit?
Yeah.
That's a 12, baby.
That hits. Roll your damage.
Still?
The D6 +4.
Shit, really?
My rocks are incredible.
God damn. D6 +4? That's 5.
That's a shirt.
Okay.
That's 5.
It's
A
a
few of
shirt.
the my pen just exploded.
Oh no.
I just
Oh,
nailed
no.
myself right there. I think I'm bleeding, actually.
A few of the
everyone
grubs
wants
are
that
kind of
name, by the way.
splattered.
Guys,
What?
We're hurting ourselves.
stop hurting yourselves.
Oh, oops.
A few of the grubs got...
So a few of the grubs kind of splatter, and you see them kind of begin to swarm towards you, and you realize that they're probably not particularly effective in outright combat, as they're only able to move about 5 feet.
Please cast Thunderwave.
And so you just begin, like, raining death
Rocks.
upon these creatures.
Yeah.
They
I'm just...
they kill
Okay.
when you come in contact with them.
Question, Josh, just for visual sake, is it like the end of like a gangster movie when it's just like the two guys are just standing there and he's just throwing rocks with my hands up, just blasting Eldritch Blast repeatedly?
There's just rocks and eldritch blasts, and you just leave like they're like slowly just being splattered, and there's just this smear of rock grub along the base of the bilge heading towards you. They get within about 10 feet of you before you wipe out both of these undulating piles of
Do you think that
grub.
Debbie and Peach are just standing on the top of the ship like,
Listening.
I hope that goes well.
Ping, 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 ping.
It's your ding, 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 and then just like flashes of gold and green flying up the stairs.
You successfully clear the bilge of rock grubs.
Hell yeah.
Perfect.
Is there anything down there? Other than the grub guts?
As you go, roll an investigation check.
Guidance.
Oh shit.
Couldn't pay.
Investigate. You cast guidance. What does that do again?
Yes. Get a roll D4 and
or
add it.
plus D4.
Where's my D4?
It was a static +4. That'd be ridiculous.
That would be bullshit.
I'd allow it.
Of course.
If I were you, just saying.
Yeah. If it was me casting guidance and I was also the DM.
I would allow it.
You said investigation?
Mhm.
Okay, so that is 21. Thanks
Okay.
for the guidance, bud.
As you walk over and you kind of get the lowest point, because it all kind of
Oh, wait, I'm sorry,
funnels
not a
down.
21. I'm sorry, not a 21. I'm an idiot. 18.
18. Okay. Still, as you kind of get into the bilge, and there's about a inch or two of water here, and as you get down to where the rock grubs were, it's kind of becomes like 4 or 5 inches. This is the very bottom of the ship. As you get in there, you get to kind of the base of the very point at the base of the ship, and you kind of duck down, and there's some gold glittering or something shiny, and you find 4 copper pieces.
Fuck yeah, dude. Pocket those. Morton, you want some copper?
He has to think for a second. No. Right?
Okay.
Those are the... No, those are the bad ones.
Yeah, they're kind of the bad ones. So let's just forget about that.
Morton just learned about money and he's already like, beneath me.
I'm good with copper. I'm fine. Thank you.
Well, that's all that's down there?
That is all that's down there.
Okay. Well, we do kind of need to clear out the water in here, but other than that... Alright.
Alright.
And, head back
No.
out.
Use it.
And the ship begins to sink. No.
Oh no!
Peach, get your armor up now!
15 minutes later.
15 minutes later.
15 minutes later.
Runs over with a knife, just starts cutting straps off of Peach so the armor's just falling and it's unusable.
Alright. So, you are aboard your vessel. You have a mission set ahead of you.
Can we pick rooms?
Go ahead and pick rooms. Do you want to see the map again? I know it's in the server.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
There's a
sleep in the crow's
captain's
nest.
quarter and a first mate.
There are actually 4 crew quarters, and then there are sailor quarters and things like that beyond that. I tell you what, I'll put it over on the roll. Where's the? I closed my roll 20. I won't
Oh
put
my
it over.
god.
So
What
go
the-
ahead and draw your attention to the server and pull up that map it's completely invisible to you all.
I want to sleep in the crow's nest.
You want to be in the crow's nest? Okay, that's...
Yeah,
You don't want any real room?
not really.
Okay.
That is certainly doable. It's uncomfortable, but it's a tight fit.
For you, you're 7.
I just curled around it.
It's kind of curled up, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know which room I want. Oh my god.
Gold, silver. It's in CC player chat, I believe. No, it's
It's
not.
in
It's
the world.
The Twee in the world chat. That's right.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay. So, as you look at this kind of image, you see that on the upper deck, so basically directly forward, section 9 and 8 are the most well-furnished and spacious cabins. There are stairs that lead downwards between those two cabins that lead into 2 more well-furnished cabins as well. There is a cabin. The cook's quarters technically has a bunk in it, and there is also a cabin next to it that's connected to the supply and storage areas for the vessel in the front of the ship, the aft of the ship.
Demi's taking what was the captain's quarters? I think that's 8.
That was
For 9?
That one I believe was 8. Yeah, that would have been 8.
Okay.
It was 8.
Cabin work.
What was that, Peach?
Oh, cabin makes sense. Peach.
Cabin?
Which
The cook
cabin?
cabin?
The cook cabin?
Or the
Yes.
or the actual room. Demi's just gonna point out that like you guys taking the actual rooms makes sense because we're gonna just have sailors, but okay. Just gonna let you do whatever you want.
Crow's nest.
Okay, Morton's in the crow nest. Peach, you want the cook's cabin?
Oceanus is
Yeah. Okay.
Oceanus is taking the first mate, so 8.
Okay. So 9 and 8 are Demi and Oceanus. Zahl, what about you?
It's like 13.
You got 13. Okay. All right. You've picked
And-
your rooms.
I'm putting my actual quarterstaff that I actually have and one of my scimitars up. I'm not going to carry them with me anymore. Be displayed in my room.
Peach, as you're digging around in the cook's quarters, go ahead and roll a quick perception check for me, or investigation check, as you look through what supplies are
great.
there for feeding.
What? A golden apple.
It's an 11 minus 1.
It's enough. As you close the door to the cook's cabin, there's this very cool light white cloak hanging from a hook on the door. And it's this kind of pale white color, slightly kind of stitched with just a little bit of a gold trim along it.
Well,
It's not food.
pretty.
Pretty.
Just gonna try it on and try and feel like a cook.
It's a good fit.
Pretty.
All right.
They decided.
As you guys settle in for the night, you kind of fall asleep to the rocking of the vessel. The following morning, the sailors arrive and are pretty... Oceanus is pretty ready to set them to their tasks. If you're ready to set sail.
Mm-hmm.
So before
When-
we set sail, how many sailors did they send?
They
Just
sent
for my brain.
about 6 sailors, which is enough to run the vessel. Not at maximum efficiency, perhaps, but with all of you doing your jobs, you could run it with 6 sailors.
In the morning, I go and knock on Demi's door.
Yes?
You mind if I come in?
Sure.
Right,
She's sitting at her desk writing in her journal.
I step in and listen. I know this is crazy for you. I can tell it's not your nice style, but you're gonna do great. All right. Just show him who's boss.
I'm good at that.
I know you are. Trust me. And he kind of smiles and see you later, Captain. And closes the door and goes back downstairs and prays and does this shit and comes back up with the crew's there.
All right.
Of the 6 sailors that they sent, is there anyone that actually looks promising to have any responsibility?
Can't really tell before setting sail or working with them. They all look to have their sea legs. They all seem to be fairly worthy sailors.
Perfect.
We want that gnome.
And as you kind of begin to set sail, kind of Oceanus standing at the helm next to Demi, if Demi so chooses to man the ship itself. Okay. Kind of shouting orders about the rigging. You hear the gulls swinging ahead, Bims and Ashi darting along through the rigging, flying around, chasing seagulls and things like that. Mortin up in the crow's nest. You set sail, headed in the right bearing for the marking for where the lizard folk have been picking up weapons from the smuggling vessels. And that is where we will end this week's session.
Yay!
Nice. Good
Lizard
stuff.
folk.
It was really good.
My girl has a ship.
You guys got a ship?
Oh, yeah.
About
Gnome or we riot, Josh? I'm just
No.
gonna put that out there.
Okay.
No.
The
Or
chat
we might-
agrees, so
We might go back and get the gnome.
I look forward to seeing you kidnapping and or convincing this gnome to join your crew. Should be
Probably
good.
convincing.
Yeah.
That's
Kidnapping.
Let's come back with a
Do you
Pull
not
out a
know
treasure.
Demi
Yeah,
and Zahl are?
Work for us now. You are very convincing. Thank you, chat. You're all amazing. Thank you for hanging out with us.
thanks, guys.
Thanks for coming,
Love you
chat.
We'll be
Yeah.
back next week.
Back next week. Come by Monday to catch us with Highlight Heroes. Commune is going to be
Yeah.
painting minis with Parker tonight.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.